As women, we all wake up one day and realize that youth, marriage, and perfect skin don't come with a refund policy. If that hits home, Party's Over is good for you. It's the show where beauty, heartbreak, and brutal honesty collide. Each week, beauty rebel and author of BS to Botox, Sandralina Silverman and her guests spill the truth about aging, love, and everything in between. Expect laughter, wisdom, and the occasional Botox confession. Real women, real stories, real talk. Download Party's Over today on the Odyssey app.
How would you describe yourself? Fun? Sporty? Bold? If that's the case, meet the Kia K4 hatchback. Made for motion, adventure, and whatever you might decide to bring along. Or would you say you're more smooth, sleek, refined? If so, there's the Kia K4 sedan. Calm, confident, and ever so modern. 2 personalities, 2 available turbocharged ways forward. The Kia K4 GT Line Turbo and the K4 Hatchback GT Line Turbo. What turbo's you? Turbo is available on select K4 trims.
It never happens at a good time. The pipe bursts at midnight. The heater quits on the coldest night. Suddenly, you're overwhelmed. That's when HomeServe is here. For $4.99 a month, you're never alone. Just call their 24/7 hotline and a local pro is on the way. Trusted by millions, HomeServe delivers peace of mind when you need it most. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a few weeks ago, we shared the story of a 50-year-old man who became the first person in the history of mankind to pull a 4,000-pound car with his testicles. Yeah, he pulled the vehicle over 160 feet using nothing but his coin purse. Impressive? Absolutely. Useful? Absolutely not. Now, slightly more useful, a Croatian man, he just earned the world record after he held his breath for almost 30 minutes. I think it was like 29 minutes and 3 seconds. Now, he is a free diver, so that particular skill can also come in handy, but it'll also come in handy, say, when you use a truck stop bathroom. And there's a woman in China. She has been dubbed the human 3D printer because she can carve complex sculptures out of carrots using only her teeth. To which we all say, okay. Now, everybody can do something useless. Maybe you can speak in pig Latin, juggle, do armpit farts, use Morse code, fit their fist in their mouth, make a weed pipe out of an apple, and on it goes. But look, it's not always a hobby per se, but there's some pointless pursuit that we have that impresses or grosses out or surprises others, and that's what we're talking about today. You know that stupid thing you can do. Maybe it's because, I don't know, you were born double-jointed, or maybe you found out you can pogo stick for 45 minutes up and down the stairs. But it leads to today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. We want to know, what are you good at that is not your job?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
As women, we all wake up one day and realize that youth, marriage, and perfect skin don't come with a refund policy. If that hits home, Party's Over is good for you. It's the show where beauty, heartbreak, and brutal honesty collide. Each week, beauty rebel and author of BS to Botox, Sandralina Silverman and her guests spill the truth about aging, love, and everything in between. Expect laughter, wisdom, and the occasional Botox confession. Real women, real stories, real talk. Download Party's Over today on the Odyssey app.
How would you describe yourself? Fun? Sporty? Bold? If that's the case, meet the Kia K4 hatchback. Made for motion, adventure, and whatever you might decide to bring along. Or would you say you're more smooth, sleek, refined? If so, there's the Kia K4 sedan. Calm, confident, and ever so modern. 2 personalities, 2 available turbocharged ways forward. The Kia K4 GT Line Turbo and the K4 Hatchback GT Line Turbo. What turbo's you? Turbo is available on select K4 trims.
Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at Ring.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hold the Charles, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4520. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Taryn Daly's Team Mix coming in for the Daily Mix Morning Show. And today on Sit and Spin, Mike, you are going to give us the first letter of the alphabet, of random just letter.
Correct.
From there, we will try to guess the most popular hair metal band for each letter of the alphabet. So here's a test run.
Is this rated the best, or is it rated
As
most
according
popular?
to Loudwire, this is the best band for this letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
So for an example, V.
Hair metal?
See, I'm going to guess Vixen.
That's not bad. Who are other? There was the Vincent Invasion, Vixen.
Ooh, yeah, Vixen. Yeah.
I cannot. You went V? Really? That's the
I'm
letter
just saying
you picked,
that's
man?
It's every letter of the alphabet.
I know. I can't even think of hair metal bands with V.
But that's the game we're playing.
Is Van Halen hair? They're not hair metal,
Right? Well, I wondered. They had decent hair.
See, it's hard to know because, again, if you're wearing spandex and have long hair, they kind of call you hair metal. And while most of the band did not rock that look, David Lee Roth,
He definitely did.
He definitely did.
Music's a little cheesy, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So the most popular hair metal band from for each letter of the alphabet coming up.
Cheesy.
As we will we'll sit and spin. And today we're going to talk about, look, we're all good at something. You know, there's something out there you're good at. And oftentimes you're even good at your actual job.
Sometimes.
But today we're going to talk about things that you are good at that is not really necessarily a part of your employment.
It might not even be a talent that gets you paid.
No, you can put quarters up your nostrils.
That did pay. That did pay because I was very broke at the time, so people would lend me their quarters, you see. Mm-hmm. And when I could stuff like 8 of them in there, I ended up making $2 because inevitably when I said, would you like your money back, they all declined.
That's right. Ted, you can catch M&Ms from probably 15 feet away in your mouth.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I think farther than that, to be honest.
Yeah, M&M's, popcorn's easier.
But it doesn't go as far. I know I've launched
doesn't.
a couple of grapes in your mouth, and I want to say, man, we got to like 25 feet.
I'll steal the grapes and we'll try it in studio tomorrow. I'll get some tonight at the grocery store. I'll bring 2 or 3 in.
Without buying them.
No.
What are you doing after work today? Still a grape so I can throw them in Ted's mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to have fun today with talking about things that you have a unique talent for. Maybe you don't consider it a talent, but if you do things that other people generally cannot, it is.
I also want to find out, like, when did you discover you can do this?
Yeah.
I knew a chick years ago who said I could fit my fist in my mouth, and she did, and I was impressed. But I'm like, how old were you when you figured out that you can fit your fist in your mouth? Like, what were you doing where you stuck your own fist in your mouth? And she was like, honestly, I don't know. In my mind, it's just something I've always done.
Yeah. My neighbor, he had a pogo stick. He could not do it. His sisters could not do it. Nobody could do it. All of our he just had a pogo stick in his garage.
Parents bought a farm, and then
one of those things. For some reason, man, I get on a pogo stick and I can go for minutes. I mean, I just have a knack for being able to do it.
Oh, humble brag.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But but everyone in their family could not. I mean, the thing was so rusty because nobody could do it. So I basically broke the thing in.
Do you think you still could?
Pogo stick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
For whatever reason, like Ted with a hula hoop.
Now, Ted with the hula hoop was one of my favorite moments, though.
It is just one of those things you can do.
But Ted had a theory that guys can't hula. So I think we just bought my daughter a hula hoop or something like that, right? So Ted's standing in my driveway talking to me and my wife, and he's asking the obvious, can you guys hula hoop? I'm like, man, I really can't, you know. So Ted puts his hula hoop around his waist, and he's like, well, guys can't hula hoop. You nailed it instantly.
Right,
like,
the theory
he's
is that
standing there hula hooping, going, man, guys can't do it. And I mean, like, you did it expertly, and I'm like, Brett, you literally just killed your own theory.
Well, my stepfather, he was in the world of boxing. He did boxing promotions. He was part of paying for training for a lot of boxers back in the day. So
did he box at all?
He did not box, but in our basement we had a body bag, we had a speed bag, we had jump ropes, we had all those different things that he had collected throughout the years. Now, I just got down there and started practicing. Now, Ted actually went into the ring and boxed. Now, I am not a great boxer by any stretch of the imagination, but when it comes to working a speed bag, I would just sit down there in the basement, doodle, 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 doodle. I mean, I got to the point where I could do all these different rhythms.
See, I can't do that. And it annoys me.
But I learned how to do it. And I just practiced. Same with the jump rope. I can do all the crosses.
My brother could do that, and it only bugged me because it's my brother.
I can whip it because sometimes I'll go in the gym and just see if I can do it. And you'd be surprised, man. 60 seconds of jumping rope now kicks my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
it's a long time.
Now, back in the day, man, I could just whip that out. But it was just one of those things I kept practicing like anything else. And the more you practice, the more you do something, the better you get at anything.
By the way, Miles, somebody here on YouTube says, bring the pogo stick into the studio. What could possibly go wrong?
Here's what we were kind of thinking.
On the 14th floor, Miles will go out that damn window, and it'd be a real somber show.
Oh, my God. Did you hear about the guy that... forget it.
What?
Some guy was trying to prove the fact that at one point in time in history that the windows at this hotel that he built were so strong that even if you tried to run through them, the glass was so strong the glass would not break.
Does this end how I think it ends?
The pane fell out. He fell like 25 floors to the bottom of the hotel.
Why?
But it wasn't, the glass wasn't strong enough. Just the frame couldn't. Yeah, exactly.
The glass was fine. Yeah, it was the frame.
Seriously, he just his last name was Hoy or something. Look it up. He just launched himself into the glass. The whole pane.
This is in front of a bunch of people.
Oh yeah. He was trying to, it's like a group of students. Like, this is how you make panes that no one can break.
God damn.
He launched himself into it.
That should not be funny.
The whole thing came out. He 25 stories down and crashed and burned out. But we were thinking about this, Ted. We're going to have another...
crashed and burned out.
There's a chance we're going to have another Men's Room World Tour stop, right? Possibly a Muckleshoot. We don't know exactly the dates or if this is going to happen or not. But if it does happen and we get up on that stage, if any of our listeners today have a trick or have anything that they can do where they can get up there and, display their talents, we're going to give them that opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it's like a stupid human trick, right? If you can do it, come on up on stage, present yourself.
You'll be catching M&Ms or grapes. I'll steal some more grapes.
All right, yeah.
I said grapes just because of an M&M hit your tooth. Like
that's the issue, especially the peanut M&Ms, because we used to do it at here. I haven't seen you eat them in a while, but you used to eat them
because our vending machine's gone.
Oh yeah, but when those ding off your tooth, you feel it.
That's why I was
the
like,
grape is a little easy.
Let's do grapes. And Miles, he did offer to steal grapes.
Yeah,
but I said, look, man, if you just steal one off of each vine, you can get like 2 vines worth. But none of the vines that you stole the grape from look any worse for wear. We got it all planned out. Will you pogo stick on stage? If we get a pogo stick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find that so funny.
Oh,
just picturing your ass on a pogo stick bouncing up and down.
You just got to, it'll take me a second or two to figure it out.
Sure.
Do a test run just to make sure I don't fly off the stage into the audience.
You know deep down that is what I'm hoping to see.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just Superman it. Like, I mean, why not? But, we start with this story. A kickboxer became the first person to pull a 4,000-pound car with his jubblies. 50-year-old John Stevenson moved a car 160 feet with nothing but his testicles. He has a tow strap attached to the car, which is then tied to his jubblies via a scarf. Now, as he pulled the car, the crowd began cheering him on, but gasped as one of the slip knots along the rope gave and caused a jolt, making everyone think his junk may have released themselves. To make matters more entertaining, John also munched on a bag of nuts as he pulled the car down the road.
I think it's a protein.
He says, when I first strapped up, I thought, am I doing the right thing here? Can I actually do this? But then I just started pulling. I did 50 meters, but I think I could have done further. I just ran out of road. I'm the first and only man in England to ever achieve it. But if you never try things, how do you ever know if you can do it or not? He said, when I finished, my plums were bright purple, but I'm still firing on all cylinders. Now, John's badassiness did not stop with pulling stuff off his balls. A few months ago, he found out he had 7 siblings through the father he was estranged from and wanted to see them, but he didn't have the cash on hand to do so. So he signed up for a bare-knuckle fight and used his winnings to pay for a train ticket to go see the brothers and the sisters that he never knew he had.
You mean he's not making money pulling vehicles with his testicles? Here's my question about that. I go, okay, that is super impressive, man, and it's not something I'm going to try. Much like the fist fitting in your mouth, when did you determine that you're confident enough to give this a try? And also, what is your training period? So from the time that you say, hey, baby, because he's married, I believe, hey, baby, listen, I'm going to try to pull a car 160 feet with my testicles. And like most wives, okay, honey, do you start training? What is
How do you
the
find
process
the strap for the apparatus?
to get to the point that you go, I am confident that I can do this without ripping my testicles off of my body?
And it is a qualifier for me here. Is it the testicles or is it the satchel?
Well, you're tying them above that. You're tying them
below the
Okay.
base, just around the satchel.
Okay.
So there was no penis involved in this.
Right.
That's the thing. This was all
So I'm saying, like, there is a difference.
testicles.
Like, they need to be attached there.
Yeah, what do you do to build the confidence to do? Because, people aren't going to run a marathon, right? You get people, I weigh 400 pounds, I'm going to train to run a marathon. Well, they don't run 26 miles on the first day. Maybe they run 100 yards. Maybe they run around the block, and you gradually build up. Yeah. So when this guy made the decision that he wants to pull a car, are you walking through your neighborhood dragging a cinder block?
Well, he's also a kickboxer, right? So you must spend a large amount of time in gym.
Sure.
Just pulling stuff with his testicles.
I mean, right. Maybe
Just free
somewhere
weights,
along the way, he just said, look, I could pull this kettlebell with my testicles.
He starts with the dog on a skateboard, just pulling.
Right. And people were like, you're crazy. Again, this is my theory.
I hope he owns the gym, right?
Right,
Can you imagine
just-
going to Planet Fitness is that guy dragging a barbell? He's training. Stop looking at him.
Well, and if it's a kickboxing gym, too, anytime you're in, a boxing gym or anything like that, you're in there at a lot of weird hours.
Sure.
It's not like just going
You
to
think he's pulling a sled?
It's not like just going to a Planet Fitness and be like, I'm going to tie up.
Yep.
If you tell them you're training, would they give you leeway?
No!
You don't think so? What if I did not expose them? All right, so
Well, he didn't. He had them covered.
okay, so I'm at Planet Fitness and I'm in whatever the
Well, he
free
did when
weight
he
room.
when he actually did the pool. They were covered up,
and
so
I
nobody
cover
could
up my
see.
testicles, and it's like everyone knows what I'm doing, but they cannot see anything. So there's nothing indecent. Is it cool if I told Planet Fitness, I am specifically training to do this thing. This is the date. I'm not lying to you. Here's the certification that this is going to happen. But I like Planet Fitness, so can I drag some barbells around my testicles?
I think if I'm Planet Fitness, I don't let you do that, man.
Why?
People do some weird stuff in the gym, and I'll give you that.
Even
but
if I
draw
say-
the line at attaching your testicles to weights.
As a general rule, I agree with you. But if I showed you paperwork that said, hey, the city, they're going to block off this road, right? This is certified. This is actually a thing I'm going to do. You're not giving, because then you have the brag of, yeah, he trained at our gym.
Is that a brag, Steve?
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if it is.
Yep.
I got it.
Croatian freediver broke the world record for the longest human to hold their breath with a stunning 29 minutes and 3 seconds, almost 5 minutes longer than the previous world record set in 2021. The 2025 record was oxygen assisted, meaning that he was able to breathe pure oxygen for several minutes before the attempt. Now, while this doubles,
Bitch.
Yeah, that doesn't count. My
well,
book.
you know what? A lot of those
I'm
guys who
kidding.
were mountain climbing started doing that stuff, so they wouldn't have to take supplemental oxygen up on the on certain peaks.
And guys do it in Vegas to get their hangover.
Yeah.
Disappear.
They said while the record doubles the maximum breath hold of bottlenose dolphins and even rivals
What?
some seals, it still falls way short of many other marine mammals.
Are they saying dolphins can only hold their breath for like 15 minutes?
It doubles it, yeah.
Wow.
The act of breathing has been central to life on Earth since the beginning. The average human will take more than 600 million breaths in a single lifetime. But there is a specific group of humans, a subclass of freedivers, known as apneas, who train their minds and bodies to efficiently halt this intuitive automatic function, far exceeding the typical 30 to 90 second limit of breath holding for most people. So this guy, back in 2021, another Croatian freediver, this must be all the rage there, he held his breath underwater for an astounding 24 minutes and 37 seconds, a feat that was only possible thanks to minutes of huffing pure oxygen before he made the attempt as well.
And his first words were, "Nah!"
Now, 4 years later...
Seems to be the safest thing to huff.
4 years later, a fellow countryman and freediver exceeded this world record, and it wasn't even close. On June 14th, the man performed an oxygen-assisted breath hold that shattered a nearly world record by a full 5 minutes, clocking in at 29 minutes and 3 seconds. A member of the Adriatic free diving group, he performed the attempt in a 3-meter deep pool at the town's Bristol Hotel in front of a 100-person crowd. He says he took on the record as both a personal challenge and a way to raise awareness for ocean conservation. Now, after the 20-minute mark, he said everything became easier, at least mentally. He clarified, however, that the experience did get worse physically, especially for his diaphragm, because of the contractions. But mentally, I knew I wasn't going to give up. They say denying your body life-supporting oxygen isn't something to be taken lightly. Now, while the body has various areas that detect oxygen levels, the main system is a group of specified cells in the brain and neck known as chemoreceptors. These cells track the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body. So when someone holds their breath, CO2 rises and drives an increased desire in the brain to breathe.
I like that.
Eventually, the diaphragm will begin contracting involuntarily, which is typically when untrained people will break down and start gulping down air. He pre-gamed his world record breaking attempt by inhaling pure oxygen for 10 minutes before submersion. This offsets, they say, the initial oxygen-carbon dioxide balance, allowing the free divers to hold their breath for significantly longer than is possible for an unaided body. That's why the world record for unaided breath holding is much shorter, 11 minutes and 35 seconds.
I'm still impressed.
They do note his world record fully doubles the maximum breath hold for bottlenose dolphins.
Jesus.
Nearly matches the abilities of the harbor seal. However, humans have zero hope of ever snatching any world records from marine mammals entirely. They say the Cover's beaked whale can stay submerged underwater for more than 3 hours.
Damn.
Which is pretty impressive.
I mean, look, I know that marine mammals are built for this, but ever since I was a kid, it just seems like it sucks, right? So you're a dolphin. I live in the frickin' ocean, but nature has determined that I need to keep coming up for air. Meanwhile, I'm looking at all the sharks, looking at all the other fish, and they're like, we don't need to do that, man. Like, you can come down, you can hunt, you can do your thing, you can do all that crazy stuff, but you still got to breathe to breathe.
My best water thing, honest to God, is skipping rocks.
Yeah,
I'm a decent swimmer. I'm a competent swimmer.
Sure.
But I'm not a great swimmer. I do have the ability for some reason to jump off a cliff in the water and not be scared, but I have a awful fear of heights.
That is crazy.
That is weird.
For whatever reason, like I have no problem jumping off a cliff. I do have a problem on the cliff's edge, just hoping that I don't slip with my footing, because typically more people are doing that than not, and the rocks get wet and everything.
Sure.
The most important thing is just pushing off and making sure that you have some stable footing. After you get through with that, I have no problem jumping from pretty high areas. I can skip a rock like a madman, because we had a lake. And we'd go to the lake every single day during the summer.
And you didn't have cell phones.
You get bored. You're done with your swimming. You're done with your jumping off a cliff or, swinging on a poison oak vine. Then you start skipping rocks, man. And I got to the point where I could do it pretty well.
You said you could hit, like 7?
Well, even when I was like a Boy Scout counselor, I would take the kids down to the lake and I'd show them my skills. They were like, wow. Then they would all try it. Next thing you know, you got 10-year-olds trying to skip a rock across the lake.
Does that only appeal to males? I've never seen a woman who's like, I can skip a rock, and I've never seen a woman who cares if you can skip a rock, and I've never seen a woman really try to skip a rock. But if a guy, it can be a complete stranger, and we're on the water, and if he skips a rock well, like, for whatever reason, you gravitate to him, you start talking, and then you're both skipping rocks.
Well, there was a point in time when I was playing Little League Baseball. There were 2 pitchers in Major League Baseball when I was a kid, and they were prevalent pitchers. They were incredibly successful. And they threw basically a sidearm pitch.
Yeah.
And that was Quisenberry for the Royals and Ken Tekulve for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I could throw a sidearm pitch in baseball. So I would do that because in Little League, every single kid would step out of the box thinking I was going to beam them in the ribs. So with that throwing motion, I was able to skip a rock really, really easy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You just come down from the underneath side, and you know how to whip your wrist, and that thing just takes the hell off.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can usually get like 3, but inevitably someone always outdoes me by leaps and bounds. But for whatever reason, and it's stupid, just as a guy, I'm always impressed if I see someone like multi-skip rocks. I'm like, dude, That's bad.
yeah.
It serves no purpose. You're not going to make any money, but I'll watch you do it for an hour.
You got to be selective about the rock you pick.
Of course.
It needs to be a little bit bigger than quarter size. It needs to be flat.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to like a $50 if you can get one that
You
big.
got to get down there, kind of get low.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And have the front of the rock be nose up.
You're any good at it?
Yeah, I could do it. But I would also say, saying that like it only impresses other guys, and Miles will get this, when you grew up playing baseball, Jerry Truman to this day, I've never seen anybody's pinpoint with a fungo bat coaching baseball is Jerry Truman.
What do you mean as far as hitting pop flies to people?
Yeah. Like when I coached at DeMatha, you know what I mean? Like you run infield, outfield. I would always go out there with Jerry, right? Because I was younger and I would, catch the balls for him and stuff. And he would just be like, yeah, he pissed me off today. Let's make him run. And I'm telling you, man, he was like that guy could hit a quarter and put that ball wherever he wanted. But again, unless you coach baseball, you probably don't even know what a fungo bat is.
Also, you're throwing the ball up to yourself.
Correct.
Then you're getting back. Then you're swinging.
And he had to already be 60.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a
That's
legend.
great hand-eye coordination, man. Right. You try to throw up a ball right now and hit it with a bat. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. It's just hard to do that with a regular baseball bat.
Yeah,
fungo is thinner.
Right, it's thin. It's just a little barrel in the end. But again, I don't think unless you're a dude that codes baseball, like anybody would care.
Our question today, what are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
As women, we all wake up one day and realize that youth, marriage, and perfect skin don't come with a refund policy. If that hits home, Party's Over is good for you. It's the show where beauty, heartbreak, and brutal honesty collide. Each week, beauty rebel and author of BS to Botox, Sandralina Silverman, and her guests spill the truth about aging, love, and everything in between. Expect laughter, wisdom, and the occasional Botox confession. Real women, real stories, real talk. Download Parties Over today on the Odyssey app.
How would you describe yourself? Fun? Sporty? Bold? If that's the case, meet the Kia K4 hatchback. Made for motion, adventure, and whatever you might decide to bring along. Or would you say you're more smooth, sleek, refined? If so, there's the Kia K4 sedan. Calm, confident, and ever so modern. 2 personalities, 2 available turbocharged ways forward. The Kia K4 GT Line Turbo and the K4 Hatchback GT Line Turbo. What turbo's you? Turbo is available on select K4 trims.
Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at ring.com.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit autotrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Join us for a day on the links. The KISW Miles Montgomery Golf Classic is back, presented by Pinky's Plumbing. It is going down Monday, June the 8th at Redmond Ridge Golf Club. Yep. Beautiful 18-hole track. Your foursome includes breakfast, lunch. You get a goodie bag with a lot of cool swag in there.
Goodies.
Including some drink tickets. Samples on the holes. I think you'll understand what some of those samples are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Which are tasty and delicious. You're going to need them out there. Longest drive and putt competition, hole-in-one contest, and your chance to win tickets to see Guns N' Roses Black Crowes up in Vancouver, BC on August the 29th. And that includes your Amtrak for 4 round trips, tickets to Vancouver, and your hotel accommodations as well. So your foursome, if they want to head up there and see the show, you are in.
Yeah, that's it,
going to
man.
be a great show as well. So I believe the last I heard, we have a few foursomes left for the tournament.
Very few, yes.
So get your group together, head to KISW.com, and we will see you on the links on Monday, June the 8th. All right, our question, what are you good at that is not your job? Here is a list of some of the useless skills that most people over 40 developed that no one uses anymore. And we'll see if we can do any of these on our own.
Uh-oh.
Okay, one person says, I can sew my own clothes.
Like as in make their clothes?
That is correct.
No, I cannot do that.
I cannot do that.
My mom used to do that.
My mother could not. I'm convinced that my father could. Look, man, he's got some sneaky skills that you don't know about until, as an example, my mother at some point, a little bit before she retired, she got a hair up her ass and she's like, you know what? I'm going to make a quilt. Now, she had never made a quilt before, but as she explained it to me, I'm not living with them at the time. I come to visit them at home, and there is a new quilt sitting on the sofa. I'm like, where did this come from? And she said, look, I decided I wanted to start quilting. So I'm sitting next to your father. We're both watching TV. She's quilting, but kind of cussing under her breath. And she said, my dad kept saying, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Well, she finally got fed up and did the thing where you kind of throw everything at him. I was like, well, why don't you do it then? And then he did. And he made a quilt. I'm like, he can quilt? She goes, I've been married to the man at that point for like 35 years. I had no freaking idea.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's no reason it would come up, I guess. But yeah, he can quilt.
I was a Girl Scout. I used to be able to pitch a tent, make a fire, cook a campfire meal, and saw wood. I used to also used to make friendship bracelets in hemp and develop film. I wonder if I can still remember that now. I did remember taking a photography class in junior high, and we did learn how to develop film.
Could you do it now?
Could I do it now? I'm not even sure if I know or remember what those chemicals were.
Assuming that we provided what you need, right? Here's your room. We have the stuff you need.
3 different bins.
Right.
Then you need a hanging area.
Right.
More than likely, yeah.
Okay.
I think I could do it for sure.
That'll come in handy now with digital cameras.
But it was really weird, man, because we had a dark room in our junior high.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's supposed to be a light that works outside to let you
people
know.
Yeah.
So the light switch on the inside basically lets you know that there's somebody in there. Because it'll put a light, like an on-air sign, in a studio. That light did not work. And I can tell you how many times you would hear, because I was a library AV assistant. That was one of my classes in junior high, which meant that I was a person who went up and set the OPEC projectors up for teachers who were doing various things, or sometimes I'd wheel a television into a room so they could watch whatever the deal was. But, man, I would hear people cussing, just walking in the library like, God damn it.
Yeah, of course.
Like that was an entire roll of film down the crapper. Because somebody opened the door with their film to go in there and do their crap.
You know, oddly enough, earlier this week, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks. I'm walking the dog. There's a piece of litter kind of in the grass on my neighbor's property, and it was film. And I'm like, I don't even know the last time I saw film, but it was part of a, not digital, a disposable camera.
Okay.
But I literally stopped and stared at it because I don't know the last time I saw film. And I'm like, why did someone clearly make it a point?
Like film out, it wasn't in a canister, just film.
Film. So you had the disposable camera, which I didn't even know you could still get a film disposable camera, or maybe it wasn't new, but it's sitting in the neighbor's yard. Somebody disposed of it, but it looks like they very intentionally tore the film out of it. So I'm like, I wonder what was on that camera that they did not want anyone to see. And then so we're like, could you still develop it? Probably not, but yeah.
I can milk a cow, somebody says.
I can milk a cow.
I've done it. I've only done it one time. It was just a field trip.
I did it a couple times, and I never enjoyed it. It's gross, man. And when it occurred, because we started doing it when we were...
You just got to learn the right pinching point on the nipple. And then once you get that and you hold...
We did it once on a field trip.
And it bugged me because I asked my mom. The first time I did it, I was a very little kid. Then a few times after that. And, because they called them udders. And finally, when you start piecing things together, I'm like, Mom, does a cow have one boob and 4 nipples? She's like, well, they don't call it that, but yes. And then that just skeeved me out. Like, I don't want any part of that. Yeah.
I can drive a bus. Actually, most are automatic and push to start, so many people could, as long as they are spatially aware. I can also cross-stitch, weave dream catchers, and cook from scratch. I can cook from scratch pretty well.
I can cook from scratch.
But you also did it as a job.
That's the only reason why I can do it. And I'm glad that I had that job because now I can cook from scratch. I know Castle can drive a bus. I did not know this until we were going to steal the bus.
He can also smoke meat.
He can smoke meat and he can hotwire a car. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I know these two things, I won't go through the whole story, but we were getting impatient, we will say, and there was a school bus across the street, and he's like, look, if in 10 minutes these guys don't leave this place, I'm going to hotwire the bus, and we're going to steal it, and we're going to drive back into town. And me being me, I'm like, cool. The guys ended up coming outside, so we didn't do it, but we were super close.
The only thing I could do in the kitchen that I didn't realize a lot of people can't do is I crack all my eggs with one hand.
See, a lot of people are impressed by that.
They are, and it blew me away. Somebody just watched me make a breakfast one day, and they're like, oh, yes, you could do that? I was like,
That's the move, man.
I'm not even positive where I picked it up.
You probably just saw someone on TV.
Yeah, because it's not. I never worked in a kitchen. I worked at a bar, but you're right. I probably just seen somebody doing it enough where I was like, all right.
Okay. Not only can I tell a skillet from a saucepan, I can choose the right one for the task. I've been teaching cooking classes for 13 years.
Well, that helps.
And in the last 5 years or so, I've noticed fewer and fewer people realize that makes a difference when you cook. Whereas I think I absorbed it just from hanging around in the kitchen as a kid. Now, when I was growing up, cooking classes were more popular than they are right now.
My son is actually taking a cooking class now.
And my mom decided that she wanted to take a Chinese food cooking class.
Okay. How did that work?
Well, most of the ingredients that you could buy, it was very difficult even to find the vegetables fresh that you need. Like bok choy was not like...
In West Virginia.
Yeah.
You don't have an influx of Chinese groceries.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that she would bring home was La Choy products. Now, I don't know if you know anything about it.
Oh, we grew up on them.
Oh, yeah.
They have a very, very unique taste, and it is not Chinese food.
No, it is not Chinese at all.
I don't even know.
I think La Choy translates to this is not Chinese.
Yeah, but she would, but at least a couple times a week after she would take the class, because they would make 2 or 3 things per class. She would try these meals at home, and I mean it. I had never been to a Chinese restaurant until I was probably 13 or 14 years old.
So you didn't know it sucked?
I thought Chinese food was the worst thing on this planet. I really did. I mean, I would just drench everything in soy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And hope and pray to God that I didn't taste it. Like, she would put water chestnuts in it.
I hate water chestnuts.
There's just this crunchy, crappy thing. I don't need, like a pear, but no flavor to it.
Yeah.
But it was, and then the hard, crunchy noodles.
I don't mind those.
Those aren't bad.
I like those.
They can save the meal a little bit. But the first time I had Chinese food, I remember I was like, it might have been just like a Panda Express at a mall in Pittsburgh, because I looked at it and like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot, because I knew I liked egg rolls.
Sure, yeah.
But anything else I wasn't sure about. And I'm sitting there in a food court, and I'm eating this with my buddy Brian and his mom, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. This I had no idea. I really, honest to God, had no idea that Chinese food was good. And obviously, it's Americanized Chinese food.
But still, it ain't La Choy, brother.
I mean, my mom was making, like, egg drop soup. Some really, really bad things, man. Anyway.
But I think we all kind of went through that phase, right? Like, you had La Choy at home.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then we had a specific Chinese restaurant, like, in our little neighborhood. But then there was that, I remember one time we went to, like, a sit-down Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
But we didn't like it as much, because it was, like, authentic.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. As much Chinese food as I've eaten in my life, I don't know that I've ever been to a sit-down Chinese restaurant. It's always to go or delivered.
Well, and as a kid, it was just so exciting because they had the name Poo Poo Platter.
I know.
Which I remember, my dad was so mad at us. Like, stop laughing about it.
You can't expect children to not laugh at Poo Poo Platter.
But also, as a child, that is like the greatest thing of all time, because it comes out and it's got like all the appetizers you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I can make a pipe out of a soda can to smoke weed. I can do that.
I can do that. I used to work with a guy who, and this was in the kitchen. It was awesome. He always had weed on him, but no one ever had a pipe. but no matter what produce we had in the walk-in, he could carve that thing, make a pipe within 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But we had a roving security guard, all right, because we're part of this business complex kind of thing. So this is roving security guard. And at this point in Maryland, like if you smoked weed, you might as well have murdered someone, all right? So we would stand out back on the stairs, and we're all passing this carrot around. And the security guard would stand there and kind of talk to us for a second and then wander away. And I'm like, what do you think he thinks we're doing? If he thought we were smoking weed, he's the type of guy that he would have called the cops. But we're just passing this carrot back and forth. He never said a word about it.
In all my years, there's two things. There's one piece of fruit. Well, I guess they're both fruit. But the best two things that you can smoke out of, a pear, and the shape really helps because,
it's not too wet inside.
It's not. It's kind of more dryish, but still moist.
Gotcha.
But you taste the flavor of the pear when you're smoking.
The original vape, ladies and gentlemen.
And a cucumber.
That's not too wet, man.
Nope.
Because that's a wet ass.
Nope.
All right.
And the other thing I can do is bite into a can and shotgun a beer within
Wet
about...
ass cucumber.
I can bite into a can. I can shotgun a beer in about two to three seconds. Typically, I'll take a key and try to open up where I bit into it.
Yeah.
But I can shotgun a beer pretty well. What else we got? I can drive a manual farm tractor, repair and not tying the mechanism, and conveyor on a kick baler, and back up a tractor attached to a baler, attached to a hay wagon, and put the whole thing where I want it.
Damn. Yeah, there's no chance.
That's a farm living.
Bows, can you still keep score in baseball?
I would make a mistake or two.
So no.
At first, but yes. I mean, as far as the out, as far as...
I mean, I'm with you. It would take me a minute, but I feel like I could still do it.
I think it would be harder for me to actually manually do bowling.
Really?
Yes.
The bowling,
because you got to remember back in the day, all right?
Yeah, you wrote everything down.
You wrote everything down, but when you were looking down the lane to see how many pins are left.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit different. Now there's light displays and all that crap, and you got automatic scoring. But yeah, bowling would take me a minute to figure out.
Bowling, I still remember. The only problem with the bowling alleys now, I'm glad that it's automatic. Maybe don't post it on the screen because whoever's doing the worst, everyone in every lane knows that you suck.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can drive a stick shift. I can do that. Write in cursive.
I can do, with the exception of capital letters.
All
right, we've been through this before. Everyone thinks they remember all 26 capital letters in cursive. I don't. Lowercase, I can write in cursive. But A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I remember that one. H.
Oh, man, it's tough.
I remember I.
I cannot do it.
How far did you get?
Well, I tried to write, I can write in cursive, but it's not even close.
Hang on. Oh, crap. No, that's
I can make candles.
Can you write in cursive, Mike?
Yeah.
Capital letters?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm challenging you now. Write all 26 capital letters in cursive.
I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge. You guys just write them down.
Yeah. I know that I can't, but I'm going to... okay. We're going to...
Someone says they can still remember and do the Macarena. Ted, can you do that?
I would think so. Right? The thing is about the cursive letters, aren't the capitals just basically drawing the letter?
Okay.
No.
What about G? Do you remember G? Because that doesn't look like a standard. It doesn't look like a printed G. G is its own thing.
Okay. All right, you guys write them down, and then I'm going to look at the chart and see who is closest.
A, B, C, D.
Our question, what are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Crap. I'm already sure.
I like one guy said Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
Yeah.
I think.
Like I can do lowercase.
Well, anyone can do that.
Right,
I'm
what
just
you
trying to
said
get
earlier.
through what I believe it is, and I'm going to hand this to my crap. I don't remember.
Like as far as I was concerned, cursive was just writing them as the normal letter.
You know, I can't do it, man.
No.
I got it to P, and I'm pretty sure they're not even right. I can't remember what Q looks like. I don't remember any of it. Hello, Pat. Welcome to the men's room.
You guys were right up my alley talking about making things into pipes and bongs. Working in the restaurant, we took those little metal teapots, and you can make tinfoil in the top of the teapot when you lift the little lid up into sort of like a bong apparatus, and you suck out of the spout of the teapot. And the chef caught a couple of us doing that and was wondering.
Did he care? Did it interfere with his Coke? Come on, man. I can't imagine a chef being upset. Like, look, your dishwasher does heroin. Everyone in the kitchen snorts coke or smokes weed, and we know goddamn well you have the good cocaine because you get paid all the money.
When we first got here, we were staying in a hotel, and we ended up getting some weed. And I went down to the commissary area and got an apple and just carved it out. We smoked out of an apple until it got so rotten we couldn't smoke out of it anymore.
Then we switched to a wired can. I remember that.
Yeah.
We only got the wired so that we could have a can. This is not a joke. So we could smoke weed. And then we kept that for probably 3 or 4 weeks. But our original producer, Ben, came over once, and he's like, are you guys serious right now? So he brought us a pipe into work the next day.
Yeah.
That is how that went. But it is a skill, man. If you work in the kitchen, it's really important just to keep your nerves together.
But there was all kinds of different ways you could smoke weed. Like, I have not done a knife hit since probably 19 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And that's where you just take a little dab of something, you put it on the stove, you heat up the knife, and then you just suck it in, man. And I'm telling you what, for whatever reason, that technique will get you high as a kite.
I think because a lot of times it's the res, right? Because
you have to have some resin on there.
That's what I mean. Like you'd scrape out the sticky and then breathe that in. It's nice and concentrated.
And the other one is a gravity bong. Have you ever done a gravity bong?
Once.
Yeah.
Once
is enough.
That will knock you on your ass.
Correct.
But that was one of our preferred. Well, look, with a little bit of weed and a lot of people in the room, that was the easiest way
to distribute
as least weed as possible and get everybody just stoned to the point where they didn't need to smoke any more weed.
That is correct.
And that was back in the day where everybody had 2-liter bottles. Because that's just
everybody.
It's just kind of how you bought soda. You bought as much as you could.
I mean, it kind of helps with the knife hit, too.
What do you mean?
The 2-liter bottle, because it's been a while since I've done it, but you would cut that in half. So you didn't have to, risk burning your lip trying to get the smoke in. It would just go up, capture it in there for you.
Miles, I'm turning in my shift. I'm in school now. So that is what I believe.
A is wrong.
Yeah.
B is correct.
Okay.
C is right. D is close enough. E is right. F is completely wrong.
What? What did I do for F? Yeah. God damn it. Yeah.
G is correct.
Boom.
H, I can't even read it. It's close enough. I is right. J is right. K is right. L, M, I guess N, O, I'll give you that. P.
Q, you son of a bitch.
Q is a 2, basically.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that.
Q, R, S, that's not bad. T, U, V, W, X. I mean, you're close.
All right.
I mean, that's not too bad, in all honesty.
All right, Mike, have you written yours down?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Look, I asked
Because
you.
I always just wrote them as the actual big letter, and then I went small letters.
I literally said, can you write in cursive? And you said, yes.
I can, but then you were like, write all the capital letters. It's like, the
That's
capital
part
letters
of
is large.
cursive. It's like
Damn it.
saying I can do math as long as it's not multiplication, division, geometry.
As long as it's not the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Our question, what are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
As women, we all wake up one day and realize that youth, marriage, and perfect skin don't come with a refund policy. If that hits home, Party's Over is good for you. It's the show where beauty, heartbreak, and brutal honesty collide. Each week, beauty rebel and author of BS to Botox, Sandra Silverman, and her guests spill the truth about aging, love, and everything in between. Expect laughter, wisdom, and the occasional Botox confession. Real women, real stories, real talk. Download Party's Over today on the Odyssey app.
How would you describe yourself? Fun? Sporty? Bold? If that's the case, meet the Kia K4 hatchback. Made for motion, adventure, and whatever you might decide to bring along. Or would you say you're more smooth, sleek, refined? If so, there's the Kia K4 sedan. Calm, confident, and ever so modern. 2 personalities, 2 available turbocharged ways forward. The Kia K4 GT Line Turbo and the K4 Hatchback GT Line Turbo. What turbo's you? Turbo is available on select K4 trims.
Owning a home is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. And when something breaks, it can feel like the whole day unravels. That's why HomeServe exists. For as little as $4.99 a month, you'll always have someone to call. A trusted professional ready to help, bringing peace of mind to 4.5 million homeowners nationwide. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at Ring.com.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit Autotrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
Hi, I'm Bobby Witt Jr., ambassador for MLB's Play Ball.
Let's play ball!
It's an accessible, fun way for kids of all skill levels to learn the game, make new friends, and most importantly, get out and play ball. No prior experience needed. No bat or glove? No problem. We provide participants with their own bat and ball kit so kids can come as they are. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend, June 5th through the 7th. Visit playball.org to register for an event near you today.
Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a health insurance alternative at half the cost. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
25-year-old woman from China has been dubbed a human 3D printer for her unusual talent of carving complex structures out of carrots using only her teeth. The entire creative process is completed without the aid of carving knives or any other carving tools. And the woman, whose last name is Chen, has already taken on the title of the world's only tooth carver. Chen claims to have discovered tooth carving completely by accident. While streaming during last year's Spring Festival, she started snacking on a carrot and decided to use her teeth to shape it into a simple shape. Her creation then got a lot of praise from viewers, so she started experimenting with different vegetables. She currently has more than 100 carrot artworks to her name, but her most popular creations are the edible versions of the Great Wall of China and the Yellow Crane Tower, both of which feature intricate details, such as battlements and beacon towers. She has posted videos of herself carving them with her teeth and insists that she did not use any other tools. She has been accused of wasting food, But she clarified that she doesn't let anything go to waste. She uses her sculptures as ingredients when she cooks, and the scraps are used as pig or poultry feed.
There's a picture of one of her tooth carvings.
That is amazing.
It is. I mean, it really is amazing. Ted, you're going to be blown away, but you still say to yourself, like, why? Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's just her teeth, man.
Okay.
I mean, good for her.
What are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
To genetically test her if she's part beaver.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm just saying that is very specific.
Well, like she says, she's gnawing on a carrot. But again, my question is, at what point did you decide, let me see if I can sculpt something? I would never think to do that because I would just assume that I can.
Maybe she was just tired of eating the carrot.
I would understand that.
I can eat corn on the cob in perfect rows.
Do you?
Yep.
I tried to, man.
Like
It's always a little crooked.
No, I'm pretty good at that.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Well, it's not as exciting as carving things with my teeth, but for some reason, wild animals keep finding me that are in need of help. Just this week, I had a blue jay and also a squirrel in my yard I had to rescue. And it's happened so often, my husband has dubbed the nickname Snow White.
So what do you have, like an indoor-outdoor cat? What is going on?
That, and we also have a hawk problem in West Seattle, and for some reason the hawks keep coming at the birds in my yard. But I've had baby deer before find me. I've had very weird instances where just odd, an animal needed help, and I had to go bring it to a vet or bring it to a wildlife place.
So you're not doing a rehab yourself, right?
Okay, what are you thinking when you go and you pick up a blue jay? Like, what was your first, get some gloves? Like, what is your first natural instinct to do?
So I wouldn't say my method was the right one, but basically just run after it until it tires out and I can get it with a towel. But I don't think, if you were my neighbor, you probably got a really good video of me trying to capture it.
And where do you take said blue jay? Like, where do you go? The Blue Jay Clinic? I mean, where?
So I took it to, there's a really great place out in Tacoma that does wildlife rescue, especially for protected birds. So I took it out there. I wish I could remember the name of the facility, but
What did you put it? You drove a blue jay from West Seattle to Tacoma because the blue. What was wrong with the blue jay? Like broken wing or what?
It had a broken wing.
So take this broken wing.
And what do you put it in a box, like a shoe box or whatever, and drive it down the street? I mean, do you leave the lid open so we can like see where he's going?
Wrapped it in a towel, burrito style, put it in my lap, and just held on to it and tried to put on my best mom voice as possible to keep it calm. But
why would you think a blue jay responds to a human mom voice, you know? I'm just curious, you know? I mean, I get it.
Most people typically.
What about, so when you show up at this Tacoma place, being that all these wild animals keep showing up injured, and, I mean, are they starting to get suspicious? Like, look, man, we think she's out there effing these animals up, and then just wants the attention to drive them down here to get some rehab.
No, just that one instance I went there, but no, you would think so. At a certain point, it's kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah, because it's kind of weird. I mean, look, I believe you. I'm just saying, if I'm a vet and I'm like, she's not bringing in her pet, okay? She's brought in a baby deer. She's brought in a blue jay. She's brought in a squirrel. I would think that you're up to no good.
You know, the 4-year-old and the German Shepherd are enough for me. I'm not well.
Okay.
That is a little weird.
That is. What are you good at that's not your job? 206-803-ROCK. I told you this, man. My grandfather was a postal employee for 30 years.
Yeah.
And he was the dog whisperer. I mean, dogs used to run wild in the neighborhood to the point where when he came and visit, you know, I'd say, Granddad, we can't walk down there because there's a dog down there that is just an ass.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, don't worry about the dog. And that dog, who would bark at me, try to snip at me, everything else, would walk up to my granddad and almost cower and sit down and wag its tail real fast. You know what I mean? Like that kind of behavior. Like, I'm you can pet me, but I'm scared. Like,
you think it's a scent or something?
I think it's all those years of just being a mailman and having to deal. Like he told me he got bit twice.
Sure, I mean 30 years of doing it.
30 years, but there wasn't an animal or a dog that did not like my granddad in the whole entire town. There was 2 mailmen in the town, and of course they wouldn't go on vacation. They'd alternate routes and do everything else.
Yeah,
there wasn't a dog in that town that my grandfather did not know their name. He also knew
that helps.
He also knew every single resident of every home in town. Whether you had kids, whether you had an elderly aunt living with you, he knew everybody based on the fact that it was his job. Mail was a big deal then, to get letters, to get mail, to get all that.
It was everything.
People. So it was just, I don't know, man. We would drive along and he would tell you who lives in those homes, what they do for a living,
right?
Any other personal information he wouldn't necessarily share. But he knew just by looking at the letter and where it was coming from. Like, that guy's in trouble with the IRS.
I was going to say, the mailman knows a lot.
He knows.
Especially in a smaller town.
Like, this is a subpoena. They would do that too. So he knew everything about everybody. Because sometimes he'd have to get signatures on things just to ensure that it was delivered so that they could say, like, look, this is proof that this was delivered. This is a legal document. You need to sign for this so that we can prove that it has been given to you.
Yeah, certified mail, man.
Exactly.
Do you get any mail that is worth reading? And I don't mean like your birthday came up and someone sent you a card, but I realize when we go down and grab the mail, like we have a couple of subscriptions you happen to see, but everything else goes in the jar. Even if it's a bill, my wife's already paid it because at the time that they say you can post this bill, she's online and pays it. So by the time we get the paper bill, she's like, it's already been paid. So basically, they fill your mailbox with junk.
Yeah. The only thing I take is bills in the Safeway Albertson flyer, and I'll bring that in.
You are big on the Safeway.
And open it up and just look and see what's on sale. Like, oh, hell, it's a hell of a deal on chicken thighs. I'm going to have to get there this weekend.
You do get excited about that.
Yeah.
It really does. It sits at his desk at work, and he's like, dude, look at that. I'm buying the ground beef.
You can check it online.
Well, I know that, but
that's not what he does.
All right. You can read the newspaper online. I'd prefer the handheld version of it.
I understand that, and I'm right there with like the paper or a magazine. Not so much the circulars for grocery stores.
When I first had two very young kids. Man, I got into the coupon world.
Yeah, that will do it.
Man, times were very tight, and I got to the point where I would do a grocery run on a Saturday or Sunday, and I would hit 3 different grocery stores.
To get their triple coupons?
Yeah, I would go to a place. They had a place called Weiss in the Baltimore area. They had another grocery store called Mars, which was a local one. Giant was another big one out there, which is a Kroger Corporation grocery store. But I had all the coupons. I was ready to rock. They'd send coupon books or like value packs with coupons.
The value pack.
Of course.
So value pack was massive.
That's all. Diapers, formula, all that crap, man.
It's worth it.
And I would come home and I'd save $40 at this place. I'd save $35 at this place, blah, blah, blah. My wife would just go, yeah, whatever. She's got a trunk full of clothes.
Yeah,
She's not bringing it in yet. So she's like.
I mean, my Aunt Barbara, again, one of the nicest people you ever meet in the world. And she watched us a lot when we were kids. But that was like the one thing. I forget, it was like a certain day of the week. And you could not, like when she's in the kitchen cutting up the coupons, do not bug Aunt Barbara.
Don't bug her. Right. You know what's changed now? Like my wife, she's not like a couponer or whatever, but very specific about gas prices because they're ridiculous, right? So she's like, look, man, I will grocery shop at this grocery store because I get $1 off a gallon of gas, and then I will drive up north because you got to get out of King County. King County kills you the worst, right? Just cross the border and fill up the tank there, but specifically at this gas station. It's like she has an entire plan.
I try to do that. I mean, like typically, like this morning I went to the grocery store, but I went to one close to my house. It's an organic grocery store. I had one bag of groceries.
PCC.
And it was $68, $67.
It's ridiculous.
If I just drove down to Fred Meyer, that bag of groceries would have been $30, $25. But then again, I'm buying produce, which is ridiculously expensive.
It is.
I went to grab a bottle of Caesar salad dressing, all right, at the PCC. What did the bottle of, I can't remember the name of it, but what was the bottle? How much did that cost?
At that store?
Yes.
$8.50.
$13.
Jeez, man.
$13 frickin'
Make your own.
I know that.
Except that eggs are expensive, right?
That's why I bought a small thing of Grey Poupon mustard so I could have that one.
You're making your own?
I bought anchovies. I bought all the crap. I bought a tube of anchovy paste.
Yeah.
I bought a little thing of lemon juice. I got all the crap. I'm going to make it tonight.
And in the end, it's to eat a salad. And even if you like salad, you probably want something else with it.
What are you good at that's not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Russ. Welcome to the men's room.
Hold on there, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hey, I spent a lot of years in the military as a cook, and I got to where I could crack eggs with both of my hands at the same time.
How long did it take you to master the art of that?
Oh, probably about the fourth or the fifth year of being a cook, because we used to have to crack 30, 40, 60 dozen of them at the same time, and you had to be quick, you know,
of course,
in the kitchen.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's something very gratifying to me about watching someone make an omelet. Who knows what in the hell they're doing?
Oh, yeah.
Correct. I don't know why. I'm mesmerized by it. It's like I'm not trying to watch what you're doing or stare over top of you. I'm just like, oh, this is going to be a good one.
Oh, you can tell. What is the best thing you could cook? The military is not known for its culinary prowess, but as a result of cooking in the military, like what could you hook up now other than eggs?
Oh, I could still make lasagna and cannellonis and all that kind of stuff.
Was it an Italian restaurant?
It was the Army or
military. Oh, you're saying the military?
Military. Yeah, we were cooking everything there. I can still do it. I'm a truck driver now, so.
How happy were military people to see lasagna?
If you made it right, a friend of mine was on shift with me, and she was an Italian girl. She was American, but she knew all the tricks that her grandma taught her about making lasagna, and it was just we had some of the best food around.
What was one of her tricks?
Well, she could stuff stuffed shells and seasonings she would put in it, and it wouldn't be like military type seasoning. She'd throw that out the window and put her own stuff in there, you know.
My grandmother used to take all the ricotta and then mix all of the herbs
with
into the cheese.
That's the way to do it.
Whip all that stuff up first, and that was one of her, and sometimes a little bit of an egg. Yeah. Depending on what she was doing.
You want to spread the flavor around.
Yeah.
That's the idea with most cooking, right?
What are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. How are you? Well, the thing that I did, I've always wanted to do it ever since I was a little kid. But when I retired, I took up the hobby of making charcuterie. And so I make my own salamis, copas.
Oh, damn.
All that good stuff, yeah.
Now, do you have a crank meat grinder, or do you have one do you use a Cuisinart? How do you do that?
No, I've got a professional grinder. It's a 10 horsepower grinder.
Now, are all the seasonings different for all of the different things that you're making?
Well, primarily you have garlic, you have fennel, you have juniper, cracked black pepper, and white pepper. Those are the main basics. And then from there, you can expand. You can, I made one salami one time that was a truffle salami. So you can get pretty exotic with it. But one of the things that I'm most proud of is I made some copa, and I've got a friend that's up in Canada, and he goes to all the competitions all across Canada. So he told me to send some of my stuff up to him. He would enter it, and in Montreal, out of 487 entrants, I took second place with some of my copas.
Damn, man.
Now,
what's the biggest pain in the ass to make of all the different charcuterie that you do?
Let me think about that. Copas and whole mussels primal mussels are the easiest. Anytime you have to start grinding stuff, then you have to worry about air mixture in the grind, contamination, all that. So probably salamis are the tougher ones. Okay. Some of the easier ones, prosciutto is good, but it takes a long time. But the copas that I do, they take 6-7 years for those to mature.
So how are you dry curing this stuff?
I've got 4 chambers down in my basement.
Damn.
Okay.
So you're serious about this. Do you do sausages as well, or just the meats?
Oh no, I can do sausages. At Easter and Christmas, I do hams for all my friends.
And you buying those raw and then cooking?
Yeah, I buy the shoulder of the pork, and then I cut out the different muscle groups that I want to use and everything. And all my spices are imported. Most of them come from Spain and the Calabrian region of Italy. And I've got some mold spores, the white stuff that you see on salamis.
Yeah.
That's called penicillium mold. And some of the spores that I have are from a cave in Italy that's over 500 years old. I have a friend that I met through these different groups, and he sent me some of the mold spores from his parents' cave.
I'm not being funny, but is that legal? Like with the FDA, if you were to fly to Spain, grab a bunch of the stuff and fly back, are they going to flag your ass when you land? Would they throw any of it out when you get there?
Oh yeah. Customs will nail you big time. My daughter lives in Australia, And I tried to send her some stuff down there, and she and I both got the nastiest letters from customs. Basically, if you ever do this again, you'll come to your house and arrest you.
Do you know other local hobbyists when it comes to this hobby?
I know other people that do it, but I just pretty much do it on my own down in my basement.
Okay. Yeah. A friend of mine, he does it as well. And then he happens to like the soccer club I like. So he'll send out an email
hook you up.
and you can request if you go to watch the Arsenal match at a certain brewery, he'll make sausages and bring them in for you.
Oh, God. How good is it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he used to call that when I was a kid, gabagool.
Gabagool?
Gabagool.
Yeah, that's my favorite to make. Gabagool is also copa. And to me, that's the prettiest of them when you slice them up. I've got a slicer that I can slice it to where you literally can almost see through it when you hold it up to the light.
Okay, now here is what I perceive to be the downside of your ability, which I find very intriguing. It's like being the first kid to turn 21 or the one person that owns a pickup truck when your friends are moving around all the time. Like, how many requests do you get throughout the year from various people to hook them up with blank?
Oh, quite a few, but I get invited to all the parties, the Super Bowl parties, all that good stuff.
Do you dry age your steaks?
Yes.
You do. How good is that?
Yes. It does make a difference. If you had a few beers or a bong hit, you could care less. But,
yeah, I know, but still, how long? Okay, how long is that? A month?
I dry age for about a month.
Okay. And do you get them fatty so that you can cut all that crap off the outside of the cut?
Oh yeah, because otherwise, if you're cutting meat off of it, you can use the meat in sauces and stuff, the hard stuff on the edges. But I would rather cut the fat off and save the meat inside.
Yeah. Okay. That's fascinating.
I'm breaking into your house. I'm just letting you know.
Exactly.
Specifically your basement.
I'm here for the Copa.
Copa.
Well, I'm in Tacoma, so I'd love to share. So you guys, let me know, and I'll definitely hook you up.
We'll bring the mustard.
All right, man.
I tell you, the guy I know that does it's unreal having a homemade sausage.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds so good. I find it very intriguing. I just don't have the patience to do it. Even if you taught me how to do it, I'd be like, that's great. I'm never going to do this.
Our question,
how did you get your website to look like that? Mine's so basic.
Thanks. I just used Wix Harmony.
What's that?
It's Wix's AI website builder. You just tell it what you want, and it builds you a whole site. But you can also switch back and forth between chatting with AI and editing things yourself.
So you're not stuck with whatever the AI gives you?
Nope. I mean, the results are pretty nice, but you can jump in and mess with whatever.
Oh, that's neat.
Try it for free at wix.com/harmony.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a health insurance alternative at half the cost. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Hey, it's Scott with Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. Check out this review from one of our customers.
I recently bought a bed from Northwest Sleep Solutions, and I'm really happy I did. Scott and his staff were super informative, and the store felt much more welcoming than a typical mattress store. They were the only place in town with a 100% organic latex mattress. And they even hauled it up my stairs during delivery. I'm now sleeping better than ever, thanks to Northwest Sleep Solutions.
What are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Taryn Daly, Steve Makes from the Daily Makes Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin today. We've got the most popular hair metal band for each letter of the alphabet. Mike will give us the letter. We'll try to guess the band associated with the best hair metal band with a letter that starts with that name.
Okay, so this has been bugging me all day. Again, hair metal on the surface, again, it was more how you dress. There was always a similar sound, but it was how you dress. But then I think of a band like Tesla. Were they hair?
No, I don't believe
in my
so.
mind, I don't think they were.
I think they were a
better
different
and
genre.
more musical.
Right, it's like the Black Crowes.
Yeah, they were kind of the Black Crowes of that era, but they still had the big hairspray hair. I mean, they still had the look. They still want to get chicks.
But they weren't hair metal.
Okay.
To me, that's
But
more...
does Loudwire know that? That's all I'm saying.
To me, that's more of an L.A. influence thing that spread across the country.
Tesla? Oh, you mean hair metal? Yeah, absolutely.
That was just that was the stage.
It's
of the
very L.A. Very, very L.A.
Most popular hair metal band for each letter of the alphabet coming up.
I mean, spandex, teased out hair.
The big hair.
All the fun stuff.
There was a time, so like all the dudes that not all the dudes that like rock. A lot of the dudes that like rock music at that time, hair metal like dominated. And so they would tease out the hair, right? And it was all hairspray and all this. So a club called Hammerjacks in Baltimore got pretty much every hair metal band that came through town. And it was notorious for that. They did great business. This is when you could still smoke inside. And they had a bouncer that stood outside of the men's and women's bathroom. And if you had a cigarette in your hand, they would say, like, either you got to smoke it or you got to put it out because there was so much hairspray. It's not a joke. So much hairspray in the bathrooms. Because everybody, look, if you went to Hammerjacks, you were getting laid at the end of the show. Mm-hmm. And everyone made it a point to look good through the whole thing. So they would not let you into the bathroom with anything combustible.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll tell you this. The in my mind, the inspiration for that genre of music, because at the time it was fun. It was It was hair, but it was fun music, was Van Halen. Van Halen went out, and not that they replicated the sound, but they just took the spirit of fun.
David Lee Roth kind of created that. I mean, look, you can like David Lee Roth or not. There was no one doing what David Lee Roth was doing when Van Halen hit.
Sit and spin coming up. Our question, what are you good at that is not your job? We've got a couple comments here. Ola Brethren, when we haul something on a trailer or at the campsite, seems that there's always something that needs to be tied up or down. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty good at tying rope knots, such as a hay hauler, over and under, half hitch, clove, double clove, etc. By the way, thank you to the Ginger Midget for bringing me a six-pack of the new Men's Room Red.
Oh, nice.
From Black Raven.
I just want to add, as far as knots go, I can tie my shoes, and then I can accidentally create the knot that every little kid gets in their shoes and asks their mom to get out.
How many knots do you remember, Miles?
Oh, slip knot, bolan, square knots.
What are the uses?
Two half hitches.
So the square knot, that's for attaching two ropes to each other.
Okay.
The bowline knot, that's for basically creating a lasso, if you will.
All right.
Now, you can do that as, the rescue uses that they give it to you is if you're out in the water and whatnot, somebody throws you a rope, you can tie it around yourself and just quickly strap yourself to it.
Best knot tires just as far as a hobby or fisherman.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Just fisherman's knots, all the boating knots that you need to tie and all that
Top
stuff.
line hitch allows you to cinch it up.
What's the one that the Klan liked? We call it a noose, but it has to be a knot of some kind.
That was a knot of some kind. Knot? Oh, yeah.
Is that a slip knot?
It's a kind. Yeah, a slip knot is not necessarily a knot. A slip knot is a type of knot.
Okay.
There are certain knot names that are slip knots.
My dad,
no noose.
My dad would take me fishing, man, and I get hung up a lot. And he could put together a fishing rig in 2 minutes. I mean, impressive, with leaders on it, with weights on it, with all the things depending on what you're fishing with. He knew all those knots. Well, that was from the Elk Plain Drifter, by the way.
It also depends on what you're fishing for. Like when I grew up, like the little fake lakes or ponds, we just always use like rattle traps.
Yeah.
So you'd already just have that little thing knotted at the end, so you just clipped on stuff.
Right.
But then when I moved out here and tried to go like trout fishing, I was like, oh, we got to actually,
we got to do
tie
something.
This, I got to tie this knot on.
Sometimes you need a steel leader depending on how big the teeth are on the fish. Guys, I can wiggle my ears and touch my tongue to my nose. That from Lacey and Bremerton. You should definitely show up at our event sometime and show us all those tricks you got.
You can't tell a guy you can touch your nose with your tongue because every guy, we're all thinking the same thing. I hope you know that.
Right. I used to be able to flick a bottle cap 50 feet.
I never got good at that.
I don't know
like playing caps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What else? I can professionally detail cars and make a ton of money in the summer.
Good on you, man.
All right. Yeah, that is a great skill. This is from Angela. I'm really good at being overdramatic, and that's not part of my job. Another. I can repair
Angela, I respect the admission, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can repair small engines, lawnmowers, old motorcycles. I can get it running usually in just a couple of hours.
All right.
That's a good skill. I can drive a 3-on-the-tree manual transmission pickup truck. I used to be able to drive one of those. It was a van, though. And, man, those gears jam all of the time. I can ride a unicycle. There we go.
Can you have sex on it?
Probably not. Another. I've been able to completely break down and butcher a chicken since I was 10 years old. Started breaking down deer and other large game when I was in high school. I'm a girl, and that was back in the 80s, which was not a girl thing to do. And one more. This is Jason from Everett, and what I'm good at, that's not my job, I make cannabis whiskey by scratch.
Okay. I like where your head's at.
Our question, what are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Luke. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Hola. Doing well, Luke.
Okay, well, honestly, I got a big kick out of you trying to get Mike to do the cursive stuff. But anyways, this is these two things kind of go hand in hand. Basically, I can write fictional stories. I've been trying to hone that craft since I was probably 7 years old. And similarly, I've been trying to perfect my skills of drawing. So, because I hope to either one day create my own original manga series or get a job at Sega as a character or concept artist so they can work on the next Sonic game, you know?
Well, what's stopping you from self-publishing your own manga comic? A buddy of mine, he's a very good comic book artist. He's not working for Marvel or DC or Image. So what he did was drew every comic he could think to draw and self-publish it. And they were actually really good pieces of work, man.
Well, basically, I still have yet to get past the second draft of this first 10 chapters of my manga series script. Basically, the way I've been told is that you got to come up with a script before you start actually drawing out the actual panels themselves.
That is correct, yes.
And whenever I have a writer's block, I just switch over to try and do character designs, vehicle designs, and environmental designs. I still have yet to master creating vehicles and man-made environments, but you get a little bit better every day as long as you make some time to do it.
How many hours in a day do you spend practicing or writing?
Honestly, maybe 5, give or take.
Wow. Okay.
Although I will admit I do forget to eat dinner sometimes, so that can be problematic.
Well, you got to leave that up to your brain to remind you that you're hungry. You know, it's like forgetting to breathe. You kind of hope that your brain just kind of takes it over. And what do you do for a living?
Oh, well, like I mentioned before, I've been trying to send out a bunch of job applications to either Fred Meyer, Kroger, or Albertsons, but I'm still waiting to hear back. And in the meantime, I've been trying to help my grandparents move to another house, and I figured that wouldn't hurt to put on my resume.
No, yeah. Helping others is not a bad thing, man. What are you good at that's not your job? 206-803-ROCK. That's basically what you do in a grocery store if you're not stocking something. Yeah, it's an aisle 4.
Yeah, what are the jobs in the grocery store, right? I mean, I know you can work. I can work behind the butchery. I can do the seafood. I can do the cheese. I can work at the hot stuff and all that. Cashier, stock shelves. Baggers are back, believe it or not, depending where you go.
Yep.
Which always blows my mind.
Miles is right, though. Like, sometimes, like, you know that person is just cutting through, but you'll still stop and be like, I cannot find what aisle's it on. Please help.
It is amazing. They always know. They always know. No matter what they do. It's an aisle 4, man. I did not realize that our local grocery store had baggers because they didn't always. All right. So I'm there with my wife, and I never want to be at the grocery store, but we're there. And I'm on that. She's going to pay. I'm on the bottom side of the conveyor belt. And this weird-looking woman walks over, grabs a bag, and starts grabbing my stuff. And I'm like, can I help you?
You're talking about your groceries?
Yeah, my groceries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, my groceries.
Hey, now.
But she's grabbing.
Hey, welcome to Albertsons.
She's putting
Give
in
me
a
a
bag.
handful of that.
I'm like, can I help you? She's like, no, I got it. I'm like, these are my groceries, ma'am. She's like, I'm bagging them for you. I'm like, wait, do you work here? She's like,
You
yeah.
really don't go into a grocery store.
I
yeah.
don't. I did because there was a time you bagged your own crap. I didn't know, man. I was
Well,
trying to
it
be
goes-
cool.
It goes back and forth.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me get this right. I order the food and you make my dinner and bring it to me?
I didn't know because she wasn't standing there when we started.
And I think they like especially on the weekends when that store is very crowded.
Yeah,
they hire like two of them for like 4 lanes, so they just kind of go back and forth.
I know this now to be true. I did not know at the time. So and look, no offense to her, but she looked crazy, right? And a lot of crazy people walk in and out of that store. That's why I was like, I'm sorry, can I help you? And she's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, she's very, very cavalier about this whole thing.
What are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
I think sometimes they're...
I know, Ted. I know this now.
Oh.
I pieced it all together.
Okay.
This was a couple of years ago. I felt very bad when
Trying to make sure everybody gets a job.
I get it. Yeah. I was just, I did not realize that at the time. And yeah, I did. I felt so stupid and bad, man. I felt really bad. My wife's like, you're kind of mean. I'm like, I thought I was a crazy person trying to steal my food.
Get off my groceries, man.
Yeah. Hello, Amanda. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, boys.
Hola.
Hello. All right. So I am a good person that does stand-up comedy and public speaking.
Wait, you said you're a good person at stand-up comedy and public speaking?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
So I've been since COVID. So how many years is that? However many. I don't know. I got
6-ish.
COVID box, but whatever this year is. Then so 2020, it became a thing. Like I did an online thing through the Tacoma Comedy Club, and I practiced with some comedians. I had a couple people say, okay, come on over. We're going to have you do a gig, and let's see how your bits are. I did very well. I did so well.
How many minutes are you? How many minutes are you doing up there? Because I mean, even 5 minutes can feel like an hour and a half when you're standing up there doing jokes.
Oh my God, you're sweating like all hell. But it's like if it depends. Okay, so it depends. If you're having a good night, it could feel like it whizzed by. But if you are like getting no laughs, or like people are just zombie looking at you, then you're like, oh God, when am I getting? Show me my light. Like let's go.
Let me ask you this.
So yeah.
All right, if we do a men's room world tour event,
I was getting ready to ask the same thing.
We've got one planned. Would you get up on stage and do as many minutes as you want?
I would do that.
Oh yeah.
I think we should see a little bit of her act before we give her free time.
No, look, man.
We're flying without a net.
If she's not funny, that is on her.
It's going to be
If
quiet.
She is funny.
Maybe people enjoy the quiet time.
Yeah, we'll take full credit. But yeah, you'd be willing to, because it'll be a muckle shoot, I'm pretty sure. We just have not nailed down a date sometime this summer. But you would be willing to go up, give it a couple minutes, and do your best material.
I would be willing to do that. Heck yeah. Yeah, 1,000 times over. I think that would be a blast.
Now there used to be a place in Fremont that would do it. Now there's a place up in Wallingford, and they have a stand-up amateur time, right?
Open mic.
And the one thing that I noticed, especially about amongst the people who do it, because it's on a weekly basis, you need to have new material every week because basically those people are your audience. So you can't go up there and keep doing the same crap you did last week or 2 weeks before that. So you just need to be able to come up with 5 minutes of original stuff if you're going to go up there, because the other comics or the other people who are doing it, they just want that much out of you.
Of course. I did it about 2 years ago, place in Greenwood. I had a couple beers. I mean, I did not know that that's what they were doing that night. And some of them were funny. Some of them really were not. But I'm like, F it, man. I'll go up there. And it was great.
Yeah.
I did really well. Like, all right. But to your point, because one of the comics came outside, I'm smoking. He goes, dude, you should come out and do it more. I said, everything that I just told you, every joke I cracked is what I've got. I was like, seriously. I was like, look, I can be funny for 5 minutes once in that kind of environment.
I'm done. I'm back to the bar.
You should write more material. I'm like, that's not where my brain is, man. Like, I got other things going on, but thank you. So it felt good, but now I know I'll never do it again.
What are you good at that is not your job? 206-803-ROCK.
Open mics are tough, dude. And it really just depends on what the audience is.
That's it.
And what the venue is. Some of them, like especially in comedy clubs, like people will still go just to watch open mic nights.
But they
have fun.
Right.
But sometimes when it's in like a local bar, which I have done,
That's
it's
what
tough.
this is, yeah.
Because there's just people sitting there at the bar. They did not come to see
they did
comedy.
not come to hear amateurs do comedy, right? So, but I give the people that do that, I give them a lot of credit for having the guts to do it because, Dad, you nailed it. If they're at a comedy club, they're ready to laugh.
Yeah.
So you can be kind of funny and they'll laugh more. At the bar, you kind of get this side. It's like when you don't know it's karaoke night.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, Jesus Christ, really, man? But you're trying to make eye contact. But like I said, some were funny, some were not.
This guy says, my weird talent is my ability to project pretty much exactly when I will be somewhere. For example, it can be 9 a.m. My wife and I are out on a hike. Then we need to swing by the grocery store, run by the house to drop everything off, shower before we go meet some friends. I can somehow predict when we'll be done and at their place within about 15 minutes margin of error, without fail. I don't know what the hell is in my brain, but probably a good sign my ass is on the spectrum. That from Irish. Irish, I will say this. Being in radio, typically we have a pretty good idea how long the break is going to be, how much time we have off. Even if you have to take a crap, man, the first question, Mike, how long is the song? Mike will say 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Cool.
And you got 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go in there and get it done. And mentally in your head, very rarely has someone been stuck in the bathroom. And someone will get up in the middle of a segment.
That's different.
And have
That's
to
an
leave.
emergency.
That is an emergency. But when you know you have time and you plan it, whatever it is you need to do, we have some kind of a weird clock. At least I do.
Because that's all we do.
Having a pretty decent idea of how much time has elapsed.
All the time. It drives my kids crazy because they can be doing anything, and I'll tell them how long they've been doing. How do you know? I'm like, I just know, man. It's and again, it's just from radio. It's kind of built in.
There was one time because sometimes I'll even land one during the break. Right, you'll see me sprinting out of the room.
We know.
And
I'm
going. Ted followed me in one time, and I remember I was sitting down, and he came in, and by halfway through it, and we still had 5 minutes left in the break. But as I was going, I was like, Ted, can you back me up on this, man? I'm gonna go over time on this one.
It is odd, and yeah. Like I've been sitting in there and just like I don't know how to explain. I'm just like, oh, I took too long.
You do.
You know what I mean?
Like, before the show today, I was like, how long do we have before we're going to hit Mike? And she said, we have 1 minute. Normally, I would wait, but I had to pee really, really bad. So I did sprint to the bathroom, got it out, washed my hand. And that was the thing. I'm like, do I not wash my hands? Because I know I'm up against it. And basically, as I'm running back into the studio, it's the top of the show today. Ted already has the door open. Like, okay, here it comes.
What are you good at? That is not your job. 206-803 Rock.
It set a goddamn timer. People cooking stuff in air fryers and ovens.
Oh, I know.
Reheating it.
Like, come on, man. It's usually.
I don't know why it drives me up a wall.
Hello, Logan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Oh, yes. What I'm good at, that's not my job.
Hey, it's Scott with Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. Check out this review from one of our customers.
I recently bought a bed from Northwest Sleep Solutions, and I'm really happy I did. Scott and his staff were super informative, and the store felt much more welcoming than a typical mattress store. They were the only place in town with a 100% organic latex mattress, and they even hauled it up my stairs during delivery. I'm now sleeping better than ever, thanks to Northwest Sleep Solutions.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a health insurance alternative at half the cost. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, this is Scott from Northwest Sleep Solutions. Spring is here, and that means spring cleaning. If you're looking at your old bed and thinking, gosh, I could really use a new mattress, come take a look at our selection. We carry mattresses you won't find anywhere else, for prices you won't find anywhere else. We've got a lovely showroom on the corner of 10th and McKenzie in Fairhaven, and we'd love to show you around here at Northwest Sleep Solutions.
Job is getting cars on the road to honk at me for obscure reasons.
Such as?
Like if I were to, where I have done this multiple times, wear a Spider-Man suit. I have gone in nothing but boxers and a white beater undershirt with a portable grill.
So people are honking at you for positive reasons.
Sorry, what?
People are honking at you for positive reasons then.
Yes, positive reasons. I don't hold up any signs that say like screw abortion or whatever.
Right.
Okay. The guy that always gets me is shirtless guy driving.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm just thinking to myself, like, is he totally naked or is he just driving? Like, who gets in their car?
Because you have to wonder.
If you're not coming back from the beach, if you're not in a place that's sunny and warm, you know, you're the guy with the Jeep with no doors. I get it.
We get it. Sure.
I get it. But when you're just driving down the road, man, and you're in your Prius and you don't have a shirt on, I'm like, what is going on over there?
We got a rental car right now. We had a honk at a woman today. She almost slammed into us. We had not honked the horn in the rental, and we agreed maybe let's not honk the horn again. Dude, I mean, what's the thing? 'Cause our regular car, which right now, let's just say, is in hospice care, that's a real horn. You know, you honk that thing like you know people aren't effing around. We honked this one today. First time we heard it, it's just like, noik. I'm like, that's almost embarrassing.
Tara and Daly, Steve Mix from a Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We'll sit and spin. We've got the most popular hair metal band for each letter of the alphabet. And we got your emails coming up next to the men's room at KISW.com.
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with Pitch, Hit, and Run, you can make a lasting impact.
Here we go.
Register to showcase the foundational skills of young athletes from your local community in the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball, known as Pitch, Hit, and Run. Make an impact today. Pitch, hit, and run. Visit playball.org to sign up today.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a health insurance alternative at half the cost. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
How did you get your website to look like that? Mine's so basic.
Thanks. I just used Wix Harmony.
What's that?
It's Wix's AI website builder. You just tell it what you want, and it builds you a whole site. But you can also switch back and forth between chatting with AI and editing things yourself.
Ah, so you're not stuck with whatever the AI gives you?
Nope. I mean, the results are pretty nice, but you can jump in and mess with whatever.
Oh, that's neat.
Try it for free at wix.com/harmony.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The day begins at the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club at Boston Logan Airport. You get the clam chowder. In San Diego, it's tostadas. New York, espresso martini. It's 10 a.m. Why not? It's the quiet before your next flight, the shower that resets your day, the menu that lets you know where you are. This is access to over 1,300 airport lounges and every Sapphire Lounge by the club. And one card that gets you in. Chase Sapphire Reserve, now even more rewarding.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
Russell is traveling for vacation. He may not be at his destination yet, but his vacation started the second he stepped onto the Bel Air Airporter shuttle. Russell doesn't want to worry about traffic or parking. He wants to relax and let Bel Air get him to and from SeaTac safely and on time. Whatever your reason for traveling, choose Bel Air Airporter shuttle. Book your trip today at airporter.com. That's airporter.com.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
I'm Sarah Austin Jeunesse, The Moth's executive producer and longtime host of The Moth Podcast. Every week, we share true stories told live and without notes by real people from all walks of life. Stories about disastrous haircuts, May-December romances, photographing Pluto, fighting for justice, and so much more. Some stories make you laugh, some make you think, and many stay with you long after they're told. Discover the power of story. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Tara Daly, Steve Biggs, so Daily Biggs Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin with the most popular hair metal band with each letter of the alphabet. But first, time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jump right to the birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Ola Macholas, want to wish my son JJ a very happy 15th birthday. Both love the show. Gonna get a fart montage. You like that. And maybe Coach Ted hyping him up for next year's tennis season. Thanks, guys. Lots of love. That from Dad.
You like that? You like that?
All right, Coach doesn't know a ton about tennis, but what I do know is this. If you're 15 years old, happy birthday. Keep working on that backhand. Word on the street is you got a strong forehand. You can work on that serve, the backhand.
It's okay to use two hands on that.
If you got long enough arms.
Okay. Gotta be strong. Guys, want to wish our son Gino. Gino! Happy 30th birthday. Big fan of your show. Always listens to the birthday shout-outs. Could he hear from the captain? Get a fish sandwich and the dirty Germans. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. That from Christine.
Do I get a fish sandwich?
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. Let me ask you this on your own birthday there. You ever smoke dried skin flakes, paprika, and a little bit of Sensodyne toothpaste out of a hobo shoe? No? Well, tonight's the night to give it a try. Crunch berries. Yeah, listen to the captain. That's what we call an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I like this. It's Gino.
Yeah.
I'm going to show him my Dino.
I want to find his G-spot on Gino. Oh, guys, today's my 36th birthday. Can I get a fish sandwich? Coke Ted hyping me up for a big weekend. And the Dirty Germans talking about my wiener dog named Moose. Cheers, fellas. That from Robert in Tacoma.
A filet of fish sandwich.
All right, Robert, you want to get fired up for this weekend? Here's what you do. Get your booze, get your drugs, get all set up, and then you're going to watch Kentucky Derby, man. We're running fast. We're running on speed. That's what those horses do.
Yeah, it's funny you named your wiener dog Moose. I named my wiener Moose.
Yeah, you know, sometimes mooses are tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a famous dog named Moose?
Yes.
Who's the famous dog named Moose?
The dog from Frasier, Eddie. His name was Moose.
Hey, he's tiny.
That's his real name?
His name is Moose.
Huh.
Yeah, was Moose, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was a sexy dog.
It's R.I.P.
Oliver Charles, can I get a birthday shout out for my beautiful wife, Stephanie, celebrating her 37th trip around the sun. Thank you for being such an amazing wife, mother, and all-around badass. Love you, babe. Could you get a good old fish sandwich? And the Dirty Germans talking about how she's getting another dog for her birthday. Thanks, guys. That from Niall.
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Yeah, I get the feeling the dog you're getting for your birthday goes back to the wiener dog.
Yeah. Either way, there's going to be lots of doggy things happening this weekend.
Yeah, yes. Hey, guys, for my 43rd birthday, I would like the captain telling his favorite kayaking story. Dirty Germans wishing me a filthy birthday in West Virginia Miles. Talking about wrestling. Thanks a bunch. That from Brandon. Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy birthday, Brandon. I didn't know that you knew that the old Capitan like to go kayaking, but I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things is to hang out with Aunt Jemima. Spend time with the man in the boat. Crunch berries. Yeah, once again, the captain is tracking. I, too, enjoy the man in the boat, as long as the man in the boat is on the woman.
Yeah. I also found that word canoe.
Yeah. Yeah, canoodling.
Yeah, if you use it the correct way.
All they do is just talk and talk and talk. I'm going to do this to such and such, and I'm going to get such and such. All I want is some wrestling. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweine.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Russell is traveling for vacation. He may not be at his destination yet, but his vacation started the second he stepped onto the Bel Air Airporter shuttle. Russell doesn't want to worry about traffic or parking. He wants to relax and let Bel Air get him to and from SeaTac safely and on time. Whatever your reason for traveling, choose Bel Air Airporter shuttle. Book your trip today at airporter.com. That's airporter.com.
Flash.
9.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, Dakota at 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. There's a town in Wisconsin with a new speed limit of 17.3 miles an hour.
Uh-huh. There is a good reason.
I was
about to say,
had to
read
why. It has to be. Because they wanted people to think twice when they looked at that speed limit, to kind of break up that road hypnosis situation that you got going on. How many speed limit signs do you pass that you don't even pay attention to? That, this road's probably 30, 40 miles an hour.
I feel like the only time you can't find one is when you're trying to be like, what is the speed limit here?
Right. Kidding. You see the cop on the side of the road like, well, we're supposed to go there.
I took my car in last time. They gave me a loaner. And it's a newer car.
Yeah.
So it's one of theirs, like, we want you to buy this and
Of course.
trade in your car. So it has the speed limit in the glass in the windshield.
Yeah.
And once you go over the speed limit, that number turns red.
No kidding.
So if you're in the green, you're okay.
Ah.
Or whatever the color was. But it will let you know you are speeding on this road.
That would
So you're red, you were red, 90% of the drive?
Sure. All green.
All green.
All day.
All green. So it's got the heads-up display. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Which is
like
a little bit weird.
I feel like some of the navigation on your phone sometimes will like ding when you go over.
Oh.
It's like, leave us alone.
Right.
It's fine.
Don't worry, I know.
Right. We know.
Tell me when there's a cop around.
Thank you. That's what we want.
That's Waze.
I was going to say that's Waze.
That's exactly right. A new study concluded that there are 3 distinct types of compulsive AI chatbot use: the escapist role play, the pseudosocial companionship, and the epistemic rabbit hole.
All those are sad.
For the most part.
That's what really helped me with my research.
Right.
And my companionship.
At least the rabbit hole is less sad to me.
Sure, because we'll do that on our own.
Right. You're seeing how far down it goes and how weird things get and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. But escapist role play, pseudo-social companionship, that's already a problem for people like celebrities and whatnot. You have those parasocial relationships and whatnot.
Right.
It's the same thing with AI. It's like, guys, go touch grass.
Touch a boob.
Doesn't matter. Just walk up and touch a boob.
Touch something.
I still get caught in Wikipedia sometimes.
You keep clicking on the blue part like...
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
I've done that.
That's right. You do go down Wikipedia rabbit holes, don't you?
Yeah, especially if I'm like watching a show and it goes to commercial, or I'm like, all right, what is that? And then I'll look it up, and then you're right. I'll keep clicking the links
Right.
before I know it.
What's
I'm
that?
like, yeah. And it's good.
I know everything about 18th century tea production.
Right. Starts watching a documentary on World War II and ends up down a Wikipedia rabbit hole that's telling him about sourdough starters.
I mean, that's kind of how it happens. Yeah, right.
New research has found that people learn unwritten social rules by accumulating experiences until a mental threshold clicks into place.
You don't say.
Who's paying for this stuff?
I know.
Again, come on. You see it with children.
Golly.
But
I
basically,
did not quiz my kids on how to speak. They started imitating me and their mother based on certain situations, and that was language.
Right. And then when you cross those lines of those unwritten rules, hopefully somebody around you is comfortable enough and stern enough to be able to push you back over that line of like, hey, we don't do that in civilized society.
Again, parents.
Right.
That's what you do with your kids.
Correct.
And then you pass them off to the next group, which is school. And they'll figure that out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And you got punched in the face. Okay, well, maybe don't call that kid blank.
Right.
Right? That's what's going to happen. every
Exactly.
time. Yeah, my God, guys. We've been doing it as long as humans have been around. That's kind of how it's worked.
Right.
You start with the parents, and then they interact with other kids their age.
Sometimes they don't start with the parents.
Hopefully,
Sometimes
they start
the
with the
parents
parents.
just kind of let them be who they are until they get into school. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Good
I've seen
job.
that.
Good job, parents. You did a great job. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys 30% chance of success on this one. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter E. Now, it's a formal and literary word that describes something that only lasts a very short time. An E word meaning something that lasts only a very short time. Their sentence says, our acting coach always reminded us that fame is blank and that we should pursue a life in the theater purely for the love of the art. Kind of sounds like a band that we play on here from time to time.
Evasive.
Oh, you're very close.
Elusive.
Evanescent is the word.
What is it?
Evanescent.
Evanescent.
Ah,
Evanescent.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there you go. Word of the day.
Huh. What do you know? A band that basically had one hit. I'm not making fun of them. Evanescence.
Right.
There you go.
There's, fame only lasts a very short time.
They got
I
the
never
new
really
song
thought-
out, which is decent, but I'm saying it's been, 20 years?
Pretty much. They
Yeah.
had a new album not terribly long ago.
But did it get any?
No.
Yeah, okay. Evanescence.
I just never thought about the name of the band. Like
How did
that.
I?
Like, what did it mean? Just thought it was a cool name.
Ted's next Wikipedia rabbit hole.
Yep.
Apparently, most sunscreens harm corals.
Are we putting sunscreen on corals?
No, we're putting sunscreen on ourselves and going out swimming,
Into
and
the
it's,
ocean.
and it's going in there. So basically, what
Do
they were
yourself a favor. Don't swim near coral.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about just swimming in a pool of razor blades.
about to say, you might as well be swimming with razor blades, man.
Right.
Doggone it. We are headlong into spring, and things are starting to heat up, and that means the plants are starting to release. How do you survive?
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So these are 10 tips for how to survive allergy season.
It's wild. Like this morning, I noticed how all the trees are budding and this and that. But I'm okay now. I just get it way earlier.
Started hitting my wife last night, I believe it was.
Oh.
I feel like I get some decent allergies that I eventually get beyond. It might always be masked as like a spring cold, but I always get something, and I got an eye twitch that won't stop. So I wonder if that's allergies too.
I don't really get spring allergies. Apparently, I'm okay with tree semen.
Yes, you are. Just trees, just having at your face. So these are the 10 tips for how to survive allergy season. They start by saying clean more often. It's a pain, but wiping down kitchen counters, tables, and your workspace daily can remove pollen that settles there.
Yeah, good point.
At the end of the day, that is probably the most positive thing that you could do is just keep on the cleaning.
Yep.
Leave shoes and jackets in one area. Avoid trekking extra pollen into your living and working spaces by shedding these items near the door. That's just good practice in general. That's keeping your house clean, too.
Yeah, just you have a place for stuff.
Right. Your shoes, you're tracking in mud. All right, we'll leave. If you have a mud room, awesome. If not, I have a little corner that's right inside my front door. It's messy all the time. I keep telling the wife, we need an entrance rug. But that's where it all accumulates. That's where it stops.
Exactly.
You know, your jackets, they go into a closet. They go on a hanger. They go somewhere to where they're taking that crap over there.
Yes.
Not inside the house. Closing the windows. Sure, you'll miss the beautiful breezes, but think of the misery contained in the air on high pollen count days.
I get it, but no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If it's nice out, open the windows.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If there's nothing on your screen, you're typically okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a good call. But I'm with you. If the sun's shining, my windows are open.
Yep.
I love a nice little gentle breeze that rolls through. This is prime time right now to keep those windows open. Shower at night, they say. Think of all the pollen on your body at the end of the day. Instead of laying down to sleep with it settled onto your pillow, wash it off with a pre-bed shower.
It's been a while since I've taken a night shower.
Say what now?
It's been a while.
No?
I shower in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
I'm with you.
But I don't have
It's not that I don't do it. It's just that I haven't done it lately.
Sure. I'll work out at night. That's why I end up taking a night shower.
Okay.
That's a good way to settle into the night, too.
I was going to say, it is super relaxing.
Yes.
But I feel like nighttime has been like, you take that hot one.
Yeah.
Really?
Cook it extra.
Yeah.
I'm morning, man.
Okay.
I mean, hot shower, I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't keep it like too hot in the morning time. I don't know why, but like if I take one at night, I feel like I'm pushing it to the limit.
Well, don't they say that you're supposed to take a cold shower in the morning and a warm shower at night?
They do say that, and I ignore them.
Okay.
And I'm sure they have a good reason for it, bro.
Well, that's why you're cranky all the time, man.
That's not it. I've been cranky since I was born.
10 simple tips to survive this allergy season. They go with try saline spray. Non-medicated saline spray is an easy way to cleanse your nostrils of pollen, and it's also non-addicting.
I definitely have bought that in the fall.
I have never gone that route, but my wife, when she got her surgery, ended up having to use saline spray, and now that is one of her favorite things to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Miles, you might want to stock up there, bud.
On saline spray?
Saline spray.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll save your life. Plug in an air purifier. Home offices are the perfect place to run a small HEPA air purifier to remove pollen and other allergens from the air.
Yep. Makes sense.
Strictly speaking, everywhere that you're at, you should have an air purifier. Say what you will about it, it cleans the air.
It is an air purifier, so that would make sense if you have allergies.
Correct. It can also cool things down a little bit. There's a little fan in there, so it keeps the air
really?
moving. Yeah.
Okay.
It helps, man. It's nice. 10 simple tips to survive the allergy season. Avoid hair gel. Fashionistas might rely on a dab or two of gel to keep their locks in place. But the sticky substance actually attracts and traps pollen close to your face where it can cause problems. Applying the same concept with a dab of Vaseline under each nostril. However, it can trap the pollen and prevent it from getting into your nose.
Okay. And it's a great look.
It is. Yeah. I think once you cross the Mississippi River, you don't have hair gel on the West Coast.
About to say, like,
That's an East Coast thing.
There was a time when I was a kid that I would gel my hair.
Sure, you go through your trends.
And now, obviously, I can't quite do that anymore.
You can do it.
But even when I still had hair, I can't tell you the last time that I had hair gel.
Yeah, go to the Northeast. Actually, Ted, you're going to Miami. Plenty of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
There'll still be hair gel down there.
I can't believe it's not even a dispenser at the hotel. You know, they have lotion, shampoo, conditioner, hair gel.
Hair gel.
And even when you press the button, it goes, hey.
I feel like for guys, too, part of it is just that style, that look has gone out.
Oh, sure.
Right? Like early 2000s stuff. You had to put gel in there. You had to kind of spike up the front.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what we all did.
I look like a dork.
Yeah.
Everybody did, but at the time, you don't know it.
Yeah, but I took it to Jedi levels, man.
Okay.
But Thrill's right. I mean, it's hard to look back at any type of fashion or hairstyle.
You looked stupid in retrospect, but at the time, you looked fine.
Yep, that was the way to do it.
Telling my son that. I'm like, oh, are you hip right now? Okay.
Yeah, well, guess what, bud?
Yeah, and I get it. He's up with the trend, and all the kids I see his age, I'm like, you're all dressed the same, and we all go through it.
Right.
But I'm like, you're definitely going to look back on this and be like, my God, did I run a dry cleaner?
Right. That is something that is, being on this side of it, I actually laugh at because you're right. The generation that's going through school is always concerned about how they look, what they're wearing, what their hair looks like, what the accessories that they have. Right.
Like my wife loses her mind about, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm like, why do you care? I don't care at all. If you're happy with that, man, knock yourself out.
Right.
Because I looked stupid when I was a kid, too.
And fashion-wise, they're the loudest. They have the biggest chains. They have the biggest clothes. They have the brightest things. They have the biggest hair or biggest glasses or whatever it is. It's always loud. Their fashion is loud. By the time you get to this point, like everybody in this room, we have our own little fashions that we're enjoying. We're all kind of boring in here right now.
Oh, yeah, that's why your kids look at you like, what do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about comfort.
Then you look back and I'm like, why in the
You know what, Miles, you just nailed it. Because we're old. We want comfort.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why people are rocking Skechers.
It's also different because it's not an office environment anymore. No place is. I mean, some places do 3 days a week. We do not. So we're not going to see anybody. If we go out to an event, you know what? I might try to put on a decent shirt.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Other than that, the hell with it.
We got Wednesday.
Who cares? I mean,
not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone. We're fine. Shield your face. Again, these are 10 simple tips to survive allergy season.
How do you shield your face without looking ridiculous?
I'm glad
wear a
you
mask?
Hats, visors, sunglasses. They're more than just fashion statements. They also protect your eyes from airborne allergens like pollen. And also, they help you not itch your frickin' eyeballs.
Yeah.
Ted.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's wild. Everything's blooming now, and I'm kind of okay. But a month ago, I was dying.
Right. I just like how every year it's the same thing. At some point, we'll be in a break, and Ted's like, I know I shouldn't do it.
But I'm going.
I've had to tell myself not to. Go wash your hands. Go wash your face, Ted.
And I don't know why. It takes me 3 days to realize it. Right. I'll be sitting there in the evening time watching some type of TV or sport. Just like, stand by. Ah, it's it. And it's like the third day when I go, it's the allergies.
Right. Your face is all puffy like, doggone it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I forget every year. Twice a year.
It sneaks up on you. It's the craziest damn thing.
Mike.
I got you, man. It does. Let's see. Turn recirculate off in your car.
Oh, yeah.
When you're out driving, keep the windows and sunroof closed. If you use the air conditioning, set recirculate air off to avoid drawing in pollen-laden air from the outside.
So keep it on. Keep recirculating on.
Yeah, why would they say turn
keep
it
saying
off?
turn it off.
No, you don't.
If you're keeping your windows up and everything else, you'd want to recirculate the unpollinated.
Right. You want it off.
Right. Yeah, I don't get why they're saying that there. That's exactly
They want
right.
you to die, Mike.
Yeah, they do. One of our last bits of advice. Screw you. Enjoy the pollen. You jerk.
Enjoy this pollen.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final simple way to survive the allergy season. Simple. Track the pollen. Pollen counts peak outdoors late in the day, so you might want to put off yard work or other activities for a better experience.
Our neighbors had some tree trimming going on. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I cannot explain how much pollen was coming from their yard and just blowing into ours, which, again, it doesn't really bug me, but I told my wife, I'm like, baby, don't even step outside right now because you get allergies. It looked like green snow.
Oh.
And as I told her, done, like, it's going to keep coming.
God. A woman in Massachusetts saw an 80-year-old friend about to be evicted, and she resorted to pretty wild tactic to ward off authorities.
What were those tactics?
Tell you about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Sweet time it is, as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast 50-year-old Jitu Munda of a place I cannot possibly pronounce in India. Now, what you need to know about our friend Jitu here, he is a tribal man, right? He does not have much interaction with the modern world, but he did know enough to go to the bank to withdraw money. The thing is, the account was in his sister's name. When they showed up at the bank, look, they believed that he was her brother, but they said, look, for you to be able to withdraw money, the account holder must be present. He said, I will be back. So he disappeared for a little while, and sure enough, he did return with the sister. What you need to know, sister died in January. He dug up her grave, carried her skeleton over his shoulder through town. Like I said, he's tribal, so to him, all right, this is what they want. Rolled back to the bank, and he's like, this is my sister. Naturally, the people that work at the bank freaked out. They reached out to the authorities. The authorities showed up. Basically, his sister died of natural causes, so they don't think he murdered her or anything. But he dug her ass up, brought her back to the bank because what they said, she needs to be present. She was now present. Believe it or not, the authorities, they're working with him now to withdraw the money for him to get it, to go do whatever it is he's going to do. And then they're going to give him some classes on just, if you're going to interact with the modern world, specifically the bank, there's just some general things you need to know. But there is video of this guy walking through the village, and it's a skeleton wrapped in a sack, and the legs are hanging out, man. And rolls back up to the bank where they're like, "Oh my God!"
My daughter, when she lived in Namibia, Africa, there's a couple of tribes there that have not changed over the years,
right?
And they typically sometimes will come into town and do things, but they don't wear any clothes. So they'll go to the grocery store and they'll be walking around with an erection, and it's a very delicate thing. Or standing on the side of the road.
Because what are you going to say?
Because they don't know any different. They've never wore clothes. Yeah. And they're in public places, and to them, that's a sign of pride
and virility,
of being a man,
right? Like, yeah, of
so
course
I'm
I have an
trying to
erection.
show this off, and there's a very delicate balance of, trying to incorporate those people into modern society when they traditionally live on just their old school values.
And I think that's the thing with this guy. The other thing about this guy, he's talking to people that work at a bank, and they're dressed like people that work at a bank. He basically just has like a loincloth on with a burlap sack with some skeleton legs hanging over his shoulder, and they get it. I think it's the same thing. Like, look, he did not kill his sister. Everything's on the up and up, but he responded to exactly what we said. And his thing was, they told me my sister had to be present, so I dug up her grave and brought her. But he did get his money, so all's well that ends well. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
I'm Anna Garcia, host of True Crime News, the podcast. Every week, we bring you in-depth coverage on cases making headlines, as well as those that go under the radar. Tune in for murders that defy explanation, mysteries seeking exploration, and shocking secrets that will leave you breathless. Each week, we honor the victims by going beyond the salacious in our search for justice. Crime never stops, and neither do we. Listen to True Crime News, available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
It's fair to say Stouffer's has achieved the impossible. Their easy, delicious dinners release you from the eternal time loop of meal prep, cooking, and dishes. No longer will you rack your brain wondering, what's for dinner? Because you'll always have your favorite meals, like stuffed peppers, chicken pesto, mac and cheese, and more, ready to satisfy. So when the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's. See all the great options at Stouffer's.com and add them to your cart today.
Get that Amex Gold Card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold Card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steve will throw hooks. Please tell everyone how Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
All right, Alex, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, because I played yesterday.
Oh, good. Repeat customer.
Well, welcome back to the show. You still have your choice
Thank
of one
you.
of
I
three.
got my dad with me today.
Is your dad a smart guy?
He's smarter than me.
Okay. Well, that doesn't say a lot. All right, but today you still have your choice of one of three categories. We have Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess. And finally today, In the Buff, well, the person is naked. Either tell us where or why.
I truly, I don't know, I couldn't hear the first three, so I'm going to go with the naked one at the end. I didn't know what the buff was.
Buff. All right, here's the story. We go to Denton, Texas, where police arrested a naked 34-year-old man who was just being weird outside of a downtown restaurant. At about 9:13 p.m., officers were dispatched to a local library branch. Now, the caller reported a naked man outside being weird and talking about the government agents being after him. When officers arrived, they were not initially able to locate him. Shortly after, dispatchers received additional calls about a man of a similar description in the street, meaning another naked guy. Well, one caller reported seeing a man exposing and grabbing his genitals outside of an occupied restaurant. Another caller said a completely naked man, well, he was doing something kind of strange directly outside of that strange restaurant. Anyway, officers, they did find him and they placed him under arrest for exposing his genitals, and they booked him into the city jail without incident. What was the naked guy doing when the cops nabbed him? Was he, and keep in mind, he's outside of an occupied restaurant. Was he twerking? Was he pressing his body against people's cars? Was he masturbating, or was he chasing people? So twerking, pressing up against cars, masturbating, or chasing people. What was naked doing outside of the restaurant?
My dad thinks pressing up against cars. But,
Okay, you just learned something about your dad, buddy.
What's that?
You just learned something about your dad.
All right, let's go with his answer, pressing up against cars.
All right. I'm going to go twerking there, Ted.
Hey, you know what? I think he's masturbating.
What was this guy doing? Was he twerking, rubbing against cars, masturbating, or chasing cars? We're going to find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
At Nature's Bounty, the belief is simple. You already have a brilliant body. Supplements just help support your journey. For over 50 years, Nature's Bounty has offered vitamins and supplements to help you eat, sleep, thrive, repeat. From magnesium glycinate for heart and muscle support to hair growth capsules for fuller, thicker hair. And probiotics with 20 billion live cultures for digestion. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature to thrive. Learn more at naturesbounty.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Category is In the Buff on Profile. This Texas police arrested a naked man. He was first being weird outside of a library, then he moved on to the middle of the street, and then a full restaurant before he was finally arrested. Question is, what was this naked guy doing that was a little bit weird? Was he twerking? Was he rubbing his body up against cars, masturbating, or chasing cars?
And Alex, that is a question that we asked you. Let's start with Ethan Smith. Straight up said masturbating.
No,
he was not masturbating.
All right.
Miles, you went with twerking because, he's naked. Why the hell not? Might as well give him the full show. And Alex, you said your dad said pressing his body up against cars, which makes your father kind of creepy. It also makes him correct. Wow. Yeah.
He knows what's up.
People just sitting in the restaurant watching the naked guy press his penis against the car like, I'm calling the cops.
Was it a Ford Probe?
Oh, no.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
Now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, you got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Colbert,
Steven,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That is right there. The Firelight Guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Good news, if you miss toys inside of cereal boxes, special editions of boxes from Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, and Corn Pops will have plastic toys shaped like the characters from Disney and Pixar Toy Story 5. So if your kids didn't already like sugary cereals enough, now you have to buy them for the toys.
Hey, Ted Smith.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it's Disney Pixar. It's like, no. It's Pixar's. I know Disney bought them. This is Pixar's.
Yeah.
I know. They're going to attach their name. But I'm like, Disney, you don't do stuff like this. You do Frozen. Pixar does this.
Everyone was talking about how bad the security was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The good news is everyone is safe. And I think now security has figured this out. From now on, they're just going to put Trump in a locked deodorant case like they do at CVS. You'll never get into that thing.
I'll say Colbert.
Yeah.
Fallon.
Well, guys, everyone was talking today about how bad the security was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The good news is everyone is safe, and I think security has figured this out. They said from now on, they're going to put Trump in a locked deodorant case like CVS. You'll never get in that thing. No, yeah.
Put him in a CD case. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. Does the Pope still rock the Pope Mobile?
I'm sure he does.
That thing's awesome.
Yes. He should ride in a Wintermobile.
Can't see him. The world's largest maker of condoms said last week that they're raising prices by almost 30% due to the Iran war impact on raw materials. But honestly, you won't really feel it. Seth Meyers.
The world's largest maker of condoms said last week that it is raising prices by up to 30% due to the Iran war's impact on raw materials. But honestly, you won't really feel it.
A passenger on a Delta flight airlines. Oh, I typed that twice. A passenger on Delta Airlines last week from Atlanta to Portland went into labor and gave birth about 30 minutes before landing. The crew congratulated her. They charged her for having an extra carry-on.
Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
Finally, a passenger on a Delta Airlines flight last week from Atlanta to Portland went into labor and delivered her baby about 30 minutes before landing. The crew congratulated her and then charged her for having an extra carry-on.
You got to put a medical tag on your CPAP machine.
Really?
Yeah. I thought they would just know. And they were like, you have 3 carry-ons. I was like, it's medical. They were like, you didn't get a tag. I was like,
okay.
She was like, just wait. I'll get you one. I was like, thanks.
I got stopped once at, I can't remember where we were, but I went through, whose bag is this? It is mine. And it's a dude. So he opens it up and he's like, sir, what is this? Because he just sees tubes and cups. I'm like, are you being, and keep in mind, there's also Cheerios and, those little smashed yogurt packs. And I'm like, are you being serious right now? Then a female TSA agent walks over and she's like, boy, those are breast pumps. I'm like, thank you. He was so embarrassed. I'm like, don't be embarrassed, but this is not a sophisticated bomb.
I'm nursing right now.
Yeah, this is to milk my wife's boobs, bro.
All right, so there's this guy, Jamie Ding, right? He's been rolling on Jeopardy, right?
Yeah, that dude's killing it.
He is. Now, he finally lost.
What?
And he had a little fun with it, right? But the kind of more interesting thing is the way that he lost this one. He didn't even lose it in Final Jeopardy because the guy that won had just been dominating and making everything truly daily doubles and hitting them like in like 2 back-to-back.
Okay.
How much do you want to risk on plays and playwrights?
7,600.
Okay, another true daily double. You'll have 15,200 if you're right. The title object of this Oscar Wilde play is both a fashionable accessory and a mark of femininity.
What is Lady Windermere's fan?
That is correct, yes. Taking it to 15,200. Fortune favors the bold, Greg. Select again.
Historic Alliance is 16.
Answer there. Back to back. That's the other daily double. Now, Greg, you have gone true daily double on both of the first 2 daily doubles in this game. How much do you want to risk on the third one?
Let's do 7,000.
This 55-nation group launched in 2002 has its headquarters in Addis Ababa.
What's African Union?
African Union is correct, and it takes you to $22,200.
Ted, where's Addis Ababa?
So it's in Africa.
It is, in fact, in Africa.
I'll say Egypt.
Nope.
I know this country.
It does start, yeah, you've definitely heard of this country. It inspired Live Aid, We Are the World, countless jokes.
Ethiopia?
Ethiopia, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me double check that. I'm about 95% sure. I believe it's the capital of Ethiopia.
Well, I just like the Jamie guy, right? He'd been winning so much money and everything. But this other guy had just destroyed during the game so much that, like, he had no shot. So he just wrote a goodbye message at the end.
Oh, cool.
And was like, all right, like, you got it.
Yeah, I was right.
Ethiopia.
Yeah. I'm glad because I already said it out loud. Yeah, I'm right. That dude, I've seen him, it's always on as you're making dinner or whatever. And it doesn't matter who that guy, not the current winner, but the guy before him, they're going to lose. And sometimes it looks like the people against them aren't even having fun. Right?
Yeah.
They would jump out to a lead or something like that. And I don't know if he's biding his time or if his thumb's slower than them to press the button. There would just be this moment. They'd be up on him like $6,000. And dude would just run like 3 categories. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that doesn't seem to be that smart. Like there is no topic he does not know something about. Or at least he can piece together what you're talking about by the clues. Which if you listen to Jeopardy, they put the clues in the question. That said, it still doesn't always mean anything to the normal person. And this guy, like, he hits the button. You know he doesn't immediately know the answer. You see him kind of move his eyes around as he's going through what's his face, Ken Jennings said, and he can piece together the answer. I'm like, my God, man.
Yeah, and, like, look, you're right. You can see it in Jeopardy. You see it in sports sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's obviously epic comeback games, but then there's also games you watch, especially I'd say, like, in football, where you're like,
it's just the other team can't do anything.
Well, or you just know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you just know one team had a bad half, and you're like, that's not a big enough lead. Look,
Yes.
Right? I did it twice last year, right? Generally, I do cheer for the Huskies, but I grew up in College Park, so first, I'm a Maryland fan through and through. The Huskies are playing in College Park, right? My buddies fly back to Maryland with me. We have the tailgate. We're having a blast. Maryland goes up. It's the fourth quarter. They're leading by, 21 points or something?
And you knew.
I knew. I watch enough Husky football. I freaking knew that it wasn't enough. And then as the fourth quarter's going on, and they're driving down the field, and we just saw Boston get drafted.
Uh-huh.
He is my favorite Husky the last couple of years. And like my buddy Sean, who's a Husky fan, he said, I could just hear you behind the row behind us going, Maryland, call timeout. You got to call timeout. They're going to throw that ball to Boston. They're going to score. Cops just panicking.
It's going to happen.
I don't think they threw it to him. They threw it to him to get down to the 10 and then scored. But it was just like, I don't know. You could just feel the whole tide rolling against you. It was
Sometimes
just like,
you
I know.
just know. Right? Like as a Ravens fan, last season in particular, it's like, because my son would be like, dude, we're looking good. I'm like, brother, there's time on the clock. They're going to lose the game. They can't. Look, they can put a bunch of points on the board, and the defense will allow the other team to put up more. And as long as there's time on the clock. And you're right, it's so deflating.
Right.
If you're a real team, it's not an issue. But we didn't have one last year. So I'm like, this sucks.
That was the NCAA men's basketball championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Just no matter what they did.
They weren't up at one point in time during the game until the very last shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. And I remember back in the day when we had Russell Wilson here with the Seahawks, unless you were down 28 at half, as a Seahawks fan, you never really cared.
Because you knew he'd come back.
Right, he'd run around, make something crazy happen.
But you knew the other teams panicked about it because you're like, that's what he's going to do.
Speaking of sports, I know there's a new season of Ted Lasso coming out. I had talked about Ted Lasso when it first came out, but I've been on mic the last couple days. I kind of went back to Ted Lasso. I don't really watch the first season, but I rewatched some of the end of the first season. I started on the second season, and it is just such a good show, right?
It is.
It has character, and then some of it is just funny too, right? I didn't watch a rom-com, but on that flight, I found myself a few times just laughing out loud to myself like a psycho. But I was like, God damn, this show's good.
He's got a great body of work. I mean, even if you just go to Meet the Millers and some other things, man, his
very
SNL
funny.
days were great.
And I like the idea, and remember, Ted Lasso was a skit when NBC first got the Premier League. But he had based that literally off a coach he had grown up with.
I've heard that.
And I want to say I think he's a Kansas City guy, right? Sudeikis.
Yeah.
I think it's like him. There's a few other ones, because if the Royals are good, they're all at the games.
One of my favorite skits in the last 30 years on SNL was when they would do the ESPN Sports Center.
Oh, God, that was great.
Oh, with the Tacoma Doma and all that stuff?
Yeah. Him and, who's the other? Will Forte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just awesome stuff.
I don't call him the best play-by-play guy in the biz for nothing.
And if you've already seen some of it, like, I highly recommend you go back and start watching it so you're ready for this next season when it comes out. But yeah, just a great show. Hop in there if you've never seen it. Let's see. Clueless. Did anybody... I love Clueless, the movie. You guys probably didn't watch that one. Alicia Silverstone was in it. Basically,
I do know that.
All right. So Clueless was supposed to be revivaled from Peacock. Well, now they're not working on it anymore. They've decided not to move forward with it. But the good news is, not completely dead. The show's being produced by CBS Studios and Paramount. They're going to see if they can get another network or streamer interested. If it does happen, Silverstone still says she'll play Cher, also serve as executive producer. A woman who wrote and directed the original movie is also producing it. So, who knows, right? Some of these, again, Fuller House was well received when it came back, and then I think it just fell off so quickly. So the revivals, they're tough.
It's hit and miss, you know.
Yeah. And it's like, does the story itself, like, warrant to be picked back up? Or are we just on it for nostalgia?
I think you're on it for nostalgia, right? But one thing we know to be true is you can put out a season of it, it'll get great ratings. There might not be much of a story, might not be worth revisiting again, but you can make your quick windfall of cash by doing it right now, right? And look, if you can continue with the story, keep making the money. But you know it'll do well when you first put it out there.
Well, and I feel like it was popular enough that it'll draw in that older crowd that's then going to bring their kids in to watch it, and then they'll get hooked on, the next generation, as it were. So I fully agree with you.
Because there's Fuller House, and then, I don't know if it's out yet, but Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep, that one got released. How I Met Your Father with Hilary Duff playing the lead in that one.
It almost feels like Fuller House opened up the door for all the, I think everyone sat back to say, because Full House wasn't really a great show in the first place, definitely nostalgic, though. And like you said, it kind of hit, and I think everyone else said, you know what, man, we have better material. So if I'm Malcolm in the Middle and I got Brian Cranston says he's going to come back, let's roll, bro.
Malcolm in the Middle, too, has a very unique thing where, like, Frankie Muniz Jr., I shouldn't say that. He's just Frankie Muniz, isn't he?
He could have a kid. You don't know.
I don't know why I made him a junior. I mean, he made a few movies. Of course, Agent Cody Banks.
Because of Freddie Prinze, that's why.
It is because of Freddie Prinze. Yeah. I'm thinking of. But he actively disappeared. He's a very good
racing.
Right, he's a truck racer now, and I think he's got some starts coming up in stock car racing. But you're right. Having Cranston, with the success as he was of Breaking Bad, I feel like there's Breaking Bad fans that might watch this just to watch it, even if they weren't fans of Malcolm in the Middle. Just so folks know also, Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle, two completely different shows.
Absolutely different shows.
Wildly different shows.
There's a lot of people that were attaching them, though, like, actually Breaking Bad is the sequel to Malcolm in the Middle when he finally snaps.
Somebody points out Scrubs came back. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Scrubs did come back.
With the same people, basically, right?
All right, Scrubs, I think, is still doing well because it's the same exact people, and those guys, honestly, they are such good friends in real life.
Every commercial.
That it comes off, right? Like, that show just
They never went away.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you don't do a finale,
right,
you just pick it back up 2 or 3 years later, no one knows. Comeback does it with Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah.
If Larry David came back out with a Curb Your Enthusiasm, it'd just be a new season.
I mean, shoot the cartoons. Futurama, King of the Hill. They both had revivals on Hulu.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. As we head to Kansas, where a 100-foot-long dinosaur burst into flames. Meanwhile, when you throw dynamite at your sleeping boyfriend, it's no longer fun and games. Massachusetts woman attacks a sheriff's officer with her hive of bees. A woman steps in a hole and falls way below her knees. And Florida teens attempt a social media stunt, which ends up with them in jail. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Top story. We go to Massachusetts for one of the wildest stories I've read in a while. A local woman had gotten the news from a friend of hers that he was to be evicted from his home. A little context, the man is over the age of 80 and is currently undergoing cancer treatment, which, if you've ever been around that world, you know that it is not a cheap affliction. Eventually, the debts got to the better of him, and a court ordered his eviction, with authorities arriving at his home to remove him from the premises. Having dealt with being evicted herself and not wanting to see a friend and good man down on his luck lose his home, the woman arrived with a secret weapon to ward off officers. She's a beekeeper in the area and arrived at the home with several hives stacked in the back of her truck. She opened several of the boxes, unleashing a horde of bees on the officers. After being told that some of the officers have allergies, her reply was, "Oh, you're allergic? Good." And she continued her onslaught.
I remember her.
Several deputies suffered stings and one needed to be hospitalized. It's also reported that thousands of bees had perished in the chaos as well. The woman was arrested and sentenced to jail time for the assault.
Her sentence was not as long as I thought it would be.
No, it was only like 3 to 6 months or something like that.
Something like it may have been 6 months, I think.
I think circumstantially they somewhat understood her frustration. They're evicting a guy going through cancer treatments who's 80 years old out of his home.
Right.
I mean, come on.
I understand the frustration, but at the same time, I was like, okay, the bees will eventually go away, and then we're going to get your guy out of there. I see what you're doing. I get it, but
that's a move.
That's a baller move right there, dude. Like, bees.
I know.
You know, I've seen people stick dogs on people.
But she put them in the back of her truck and moved them there.
Yes.
I mean, she has a home for them.
This is a coordinated effort.
Oh, yeah.
Go, my bees. That is badass.
It kind of is.
I don't care who you are. That's badass. Bees. In other news, down to California, where a day at the lake started off on the wrong foot. The story goes that our man drove out to the lake, put his car in park, and walked away for a short time. Or so he thought. Turns out that he neglected to make sure that his car was actually in park, and it started to roll away without him. Toward the lake waters. By the time the man was alerted to his error by a bystander, it was already too late, and the car submerged itself in the lake. Authorities were called, arrived at the scene, and were able to put a tow line in the car and haul it out of the lake.
Which, yay. I mean,
yeah.
I know they got to get it out of the lake, but like your car is done.
No kidding.
And it was up to the roof line.
Yeah, it was sunk.
Yeah.
It was gone. I have accidentally not taken it out of gear. I have accidentally put it in the wrong gear. I don't know that I've ever thought I had it in park but didn't and let the thing roll.
That's something I always double check.
Right. And also,
just for that reason. Man.
And also, if I didn't, I immediately know. You know,
yeah.
I'm never moving fast enough to where the car takes off without me, kind of a thing. Right? That's a wild move. In other news, crazy story out of New York where domestic disputes get violent. A couple had gotten into an argument one night before going to bed angry, presumably to continue attempts to resolve the conflict in the morning. I'm sure they were going to get it figured out. But the male end of the group reports to authorities that while he was asleep in his bed, he was woken up by the sound of hissing nearby and opened his eyes to see some sort of a flame near him. He quickly woke up and realized what it was, a lit stick of dynamite.
Oh.
Yeah. He did his best to extinguish the wick, but was ultimately unsuccessful, with the stick detonating in his hand, causing him to lose his hand and forcing doctors to actually amputate part of his arm as well. His girlfriend was seen fleeing the apartment following the incident, and she was quickly tracked down and arrested. And I fully agree with Miles' question. Where the hell did she get the dynamite?
Well, she threatened him. She threatened to do this to him over a dozen times. He actually contacted authorities about this. You'd think they would have gone over and said, like, do you have dynamite in your house?
Right.
Because they're living in a freaking apartment.
Right. Do you have explosives in here?
Yeah. And she did.
She had a stick of doggone dynamite.
Where does one randomly acquire a stick of dynamite?
She might be crazy, but she's not a liar.
Correct.
Yeah, I would not believe you have a stick of dynamite.
No.
And then she does.
What state?
This was in New York.
I have one guess. Maybe she worked on a road construction crew.
Has to.
Something like that.
Or a quarry of some kind.
Or she just, right.
Yeah, most people I know, a lot of people have guns, they have knives, they got all kinds of weapons. Dynamite typically is not part of their arsenal.
I think construction is the only place that I can even put together where she might.
Demolition.
Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, they all have dynamite. Right, just what?
Daffy Duck lives upstairs, you know.
I mean, seriously, my wife said, I will blow you up with dynamite. I would just assume she's being facetious.
Right.
Thinking like, oh my God, she has dynamite.
You've heard Coach Ted's advice to many 17-year-olds to get your stupid crap out of your system within the next year, and this story is evidence as to why. 2 18-year-olds have found themselves on the wrong side of the law after pulling stunts inside of a local Target and a Culver's restaurant. The pair filmed themselves performing the stunt in which one of the two rode a lawnmower inside of the local Target, damaging a door in the process, yay, and using a leaf blower inside of the Culver's, presumably for laughs and reactions online. Unfortunately, Johnny Law catches up to people like this, and the pair were arrested, and they now faces charges of criminal mischief and disorderly conduct, as well as property damage.
Where did this happen? What state?
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of certain places I've lived, like, if people are sitting in the Culver's eating, and you came up with a leaf blower, either you were shot or beaten within an inch of your life.
Right. Like, and also, I get it. You're 15 to 17 years old. You're going to do stupid things and film it and put it online because, look at this. This is Jackass. They told us not to emulate it, but we're going to do it. When you're over 18, that's called evidence.
Don't film it.
No.
I know you want the social media likes. I get it. But it's like, man, you're better off. It's better to be a story you tell than to have the actual evidence.
But just in case those stories have a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Up in Manitoba, a woman learned that simply getting out of a car can be a perilous venture. You seen these pictures?
I did.
She's so happy. She was being dropped off at home by her friends when she stepped out of her passenger side of the car, landed on the ground, and instantly sank up to her arms, right up to her armpits. Her friends didn't even know what happened. All they knew was that their friend had just vanished and walked around the car to find her stuck in the mud. They snapped some photos as they waited for rescue crews to arrive and hoist her out of the hole. She initially thought that she had fallen into a sinkhole, but it was later determined to be a catch basin that was missing a manhole cover. Side note, a subsequent search found a second basin on the other side of the road. What do you know? Missing its cover as well. No injuries were reported and both holes were properly secured.
You're right. She was very cool about it.
She was. You know, and that's part of the reason why I did the story is because, like, you know what? You got a good humor about it. You took some funny photos.
It's also your lawsuit in the States.
It's also your house, so you can't really do much about it, dude.
Exactly. Men's Room Sports, you got more NBA playoffs on ESPN and NBC tonight, hockey playoffs on TNT and True TV, and you've got some late-night baseball over on MLB Network, as Miles found out. The Mariners are currently underway for Game 2 against Minnesota, looking to even the score with the Twins before the final game tomorrow morning. As last I checked, spoiler alert, after 3, there's still no score, so there's still a chance.
All right.
As far as your weather, they're saying considerable clouds tonight and a low of 46. However, it's all going to burn off tomorrow as they're expecting partly cloudy skies and a high of 67.
Okay.
That's it for headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less, the lovely Jolene, up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.